back in. Oh, we're live. Yeah, I guess we're live. Let's go ahead and start this up. What's up? Welcome back. It's Sunday night. You're here with the Average Voice Podcast. It's your boy Crispy. My Wi-Fi is acting up a little bit, so I'm sorry if I look a little weird or sound a little weird, or if I even fall off, but it's okay. Because I am here with the one and only David from Adams Collections. David, what is up, my dude? I feel like I haven't seen you forever, bro.
What up, dog? Thanks for inviting me last minute, or self-invite, or whatever you want to call it.
No, it's an invite. You know me, dude. It's just one of those things. Like, usually I'll have like Derpy or maybe Brian. Brian's busy. He's watching SummerSlam tonight. He's got wrestling stuff. I'm good on it, but not really like too crazy about it. But yeah, bro, it's been a long week, man. We had a fighter fight this past weekend. He did all right, but he got caught in the first round. First time debuter going against someone with some talent and some good experience. And yeah, but the weight cut was fucking weird, bro. This kid, like, you know, really good stuff. But he waited for the last moment to cut the weight. So he needed to drop from 158 to 140 in like 4 days.
Damn.
Yeah. So it was all water weight. So a bunch of shit he had to go through. It was difficult. For being your debut, usually people go in there and they're excited to do it. So there's this like desire to want to do everything like fucking let's go. And he was very calm about it, which was all right to have, but like you need to be on the up and up when it comes to like dieting, and you need to be like really, really clean on that so that you can still train and then cut weight at the same time. And it was more in the sense that he was so what is it, Socorro? Yeah, Socorro.
Yeah.
Yes, we're out here on Sunday nights. We do it right before everybody goes back to work and stuff. So just a nice little corner of the internet to come and chat and talk about nerd stuff and just get lost and stuff. Well, yeah, the whole last week he just focused on the weight cut more than like strategy and really putting a game plan together and really like putting it into fruition as you're going through that weight cut to have the energy and the mind and all this stuff. So when you have like a whole week off of like the training, like it makes you sloppy like right at the end because you're kind of you forgot everything. You're making mistakes and you're real off balance and shit. So, yeah, but no excuses. Like he went out there and he did his work. He just got caught and that's it. Now he's back to the drawing board. You know, tighten up more for that preparation and get ready for the next one, whatever comes his way. Other than that, it was great. My boy RJ Mitty went out there with us. It was a fucking fun time.
Nice.
Called me up and I was like, bro, are you in Brownsville or are you out of town like in Austin or doing movie stuff? And he's like, no, man. I'm here, bro. What's up? And he's like, I was like, yo, I'm in Brownsville. We're going to be doing some fights, some MMA fights. You want to come through and hang out? I can introduce you to promoters, you know, get you in there, do some cool shit. And he was like, yeah, just message me or whatever. And yeah, hit me up after his meeting at 5. And he's like, yo, where's it at? I want to go by. And he came by and he just hung out and we just drank and fucking watched the fights. And he met all the fighters and all my students behind stage and met my partner, John Chapa, Mr. Johnny Jiu-Jitsu himself, man. G here, man. He's such a great dude. Met his wife Anna, and it was so good. Like I've told you before, like I'm very much this really passionate dude about bringing my friends together that all do good things, so that they could like network and have references to each other and help each other out, move up. And it was a really nice thing, and it felt good. It felt super good to do that. And my other students in town in Mission were like, "Yo, coach, we pulled up to the gym and we were watching the fights at the gym all together and shit like that." It just felt nice. It felt like what we have going on with the gym is a really good connection. It's real cliche to hear like all these fucking weird people that are like, oh, it's a family, and they're just saying it because they hear other popular gyms say that and they want that and they want to be able to brag like that. But like me and John and Andy, which is one of our partners, well, the main partner actually, we're very much about creating we want to create like the best gym for what the Valley can do. Like the best. Like And it's crazy because people always cater to like one or two things, but we're really, really passionate about making the best gym. So yeah, man, we're just doing our best to kind of make it work. Kind of make it work. What about you, brother? How you been? How's the shop? You know, we see all that cool shit in the back. We see a baby Yoda just smoking it out, just chilling, just throwing off his mind. We see a bunch of cards and comics and stuff. How's everything going?
Good, good. What's it called? So we had United a couple weeks ago,
Uh-huh.
26. Just be the rent. I just did a video. I did a promo video. That's all the cool shit.
Yeah,
Um, I
yeah.
just I cut a video for a buddy of mine for his shop. Just so, kind of get into the editing like I told you I wanted to work on. So I got to talk to him, and some stuff. It's pretty cool. Hopefully it comes out good. I did like a minute and a half ish version, and I trimmed it down to like 59 seconds. Like meat and potatoes.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
I'm gonna trim it down a little bit more. Then I'm gonna have him on the podcast. I actually just announced I'm gonna have Danny, the ones from the sports show.
Oh, yeah. I just saw that. Yeah, yeah, man.
Yeah.
From the sports and card show.
Yeah, so he's gonna join the podcast this Friday. He has a show on the 16th, so I get to reminisce with him. It's funny, bro, because he told me like, "Don't you do it from your house?" I said, "Bro, I've been doing it from the office for like a month and a half."
The
He's like,
podcast.
"Oh, yeah." He's like, "Oh, my bad." I'm like, "Nah,
Now that
dude, you're cool." So
I was
what's
gonna
up?
say that's a good point, man. Now that you have a brick and mortar more and you're kind of like putting more time into it in the effort to build it a little bit stronger, are you gonna do like an in person like you were doing for a bit? I think you did it with Nico a couple times, right?
Yeah, so me and Nico did it twice. I had Carlos here for the first promo I did from J5 Collectibles.
Mhm.
Did it with him. Then I did it with Nico a few times. Well, I promoted Nico, then I did it with Nico. And then, it's funny because I told Nico, like, hey, man, I'm going to just help this guy out. I need to resort to kind of like what I was doing before. He understood. I mean, he's always a cool co host, you know what I mean? And he's got some stuff going on for his 1 year to focus on that. But I mean, Nico's cool. He's helped me out. He enjoys it. I enjoy it. I always want to reach out to you, bro, but I always see you busy. So I'm just like, I'll let him slide. I'll let him
Bro,
slide.
life has been so nuts for me these last couple. Like I think I talked to you when I got back from Vegas, right?
Yeah.
After the Vegas trip and all that stuff. Like I talked to you then, and it's just been all over the place. Like I said, my major goal was to come back and hit the ground running from the momentum of us in the gym and just keeping everybody on track and building the gym up more. And I started maybe 3 weeks ago to a month ago already doing 12 o'clock classes in the afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
And we've been keeping the classes up consistent, about 5-6 students a day. And then building, most of them right now are kids that are going to be going back to school. So they'll just join the regular class after school sessions, right? But that 12 o'clock time has been growing pretty well. We get a couple of our fighters, and we're going to be hopefully opening up a new session soon. Just so it comes into the idea of, like we've talked about, like the entrepreneur concept of running a business. The idea is you're willing to give 8 hours of your life to someone else's business and work. So when you decide to ever do something that's like a business, you should at least put 8 hours in at that business itself. The minimal for yourself, for your business to grow.
Yeah.
So like if you're going in and you're doing like let's say your business, the pop shop and the cards and collectibles, if you're only going in from like, I don't know, like 2 o'clock and then closing at 5, and then being like, man, what a long day of work today, man. Like thank God I'm my own boss.
Mm-hmm.
And then like everything starts piling up and you can't make the bills and you're struggling with rent, then that's on that person for running it in a lazy way.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because if you had to go to a 8 to 5, like you're gonna be like, oh man, let me go in because I'm scared of the boss and I'm making good money and blah blah blah. You know what I mean? Like it's really weird because I've seen that a lot. And I bet you have too when it comes to like people that are running their own business. So like that concept of just sitting there, fucking bringing a microwave and a cup of noodles and making sure you have water, drinks, or something, like you have to do that to be able to survive, so that you're there, so you don't miss opportunities for your business.
Yeah, facts, bro. Facts. I can tell you, it's been like I had a couple of days with like $0,
Yeah,
and then I was like, okay, well, let's not have any more, and you just changed the concept. But definitely, when it comes to entrepreneurship, people think it's like I'm gonna work less, but you actually work more, bro. Like I'm open from 5 to 9, but I'm here like 12, 1, 2, 3, depending on what I'm doing for the day. And there's a lot of back to it and stuff, So, what up, Miguel? Thanks for joining us, Miguel. So, but now I feel you on that one, bro. Like when you're hustling, you gotta hustle 24/7, bro.
Yeah, 100%. And it's so crazy because like we used to talk about this when we used to talk more about like the business idea of running shops and the martial arts schools and all this stuff, just being an entrepreneur itself and how much like courage like it takes to run a business and then how much dignity you have to close a business or know when to close. You know what I mean? Like it takes a lot because you can like close up and just complain about how the world hates you. But to be able to close up and be like, nah, I fucked up, but I'm gonna learn from this, and I learned some things, and I'm gonna go back and hit it in a couple months when I recover. And you know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of like patience and dignity that a lot of people don't understand. And even in the fight game, man, when I'm teaching my fighters for like fucking kickboxing or boxing, there's a dignity aspect. You know, win or lose, like there's like a way you have to carry yourself so that way people don't think like in that pressure that you fail or flake or something. You know what I mean?
For
Because I
sure.
don't know, it's wild, bro. Like, I mean, you've been in the business for fucking 10 years already, 10, 12 years in the
Yeah.
vendoring. Yeah,
It's about
about
a like 8 years, yeah. Well, technically it would be 9 years, so yeah, about 10.
yeah. So
Sounds
like even
better.
that, you've seen people come and go like fast.
Mm-hmm.
There's times where you see people open up and they're open up for 6 months to 8 months, and then they're just like, "Oh, I'm sorry, guys, not doing it anymore." They're just not showing up at cons or vendoring,
Mm-hmm.
and you're kind of like, you'll see them at Walmart and be like, "Oh, hey, bro, what's up?" Like, I haven't seen you at an event. They're like, "Oh no, I stopped doing that shit. Like, I just went back to working and I don't know, fucking oil rigs or painting or whatever the fuck they do." And you're kind
Mm-hmm.
of like, "Oh shit, that's wild, bro." Like, damn, I wonder what pushed you back. And they're like, "No, man, it didn't work. Like, it didn't work. I just bounced out and didn't care no more." I kind of feel like there's like a commitment that you have to have for the people that were buying stuff from you, or at least the people
Yeah.
that are kind of like following you in some way to understand what your business is still doing and stuff. So yeah, it's been crazy. I think I saw someone the other day that was posting up that they were like, "Yo, should I reopen a shop or whatever?" And
Mm-hmm.
their first shop they failed, and I want to say that they had talked shit about other people or someone in the community in some way, and they looked like dumbasses for doing it because they got called out, and then now they're like, "Oh, should I open up?" And it's like, "Well, bitch, you failed. Like that
Yeah.
means you fucked up just like those people, and people gonna talk shit. Like, why is it? Why does not? Why is the way that you held others doesn't affect the way you hold yourself? Like, you
Yeah.
think just because you're out there kind of like slanging some shit in the corner, you think you're gonna be able to fucking reopen a place and it work? No, man, it's reputation and work. So I don't know. It's just really weird, bro. Sometimes I see some shit that I just need to like I don't know talk about because I want
Yeah.
my business to work. And for us, like we're very much we're a proud group of our team, but like we gotta respect everybody. Like yeah, you may have opinions on people, but you just respect everybody as it goes, and you don't like you do your job and that's it, and you just try to promote and produce yourself as a good business person or a good person that like in my situation you run a gym, a good coach, a good teacher, mentor, and all that shit. So yeah, man, it's just it's been a wild week when it comes to the business aspect for me at the gym and a wild month. And
Mm-hmm.
there is like a payoff going on right now in my life with it, but like it's not very big, but I'm proud. Like I'm proud of
Yeah, of
us, man.
course.
Proud.
You gotta be,
So
bro. You gotta be.
yeah.
So.
So that's been my week. I am fucking dead tired today though, man. I wanted to like there was a part of me that wanted to hit the boys up earlier and be like, "Hey, man, I just want to chill out today."
Mm-hmm.
Cause even so, a couple of months ago, I got involved with a guy named Eddie Flores. He
Mm-hmm.
runs Combat Cult, and he runs a really good wrestling promotion based on Combat Cult. Very, very badass. And they brought me in as a commentator, so it's been going really good. So now, what I'm doing is, you know me, dude. I'm always trying to help as many people as I can. So now I've been offering the studio for helping them do promos and videos and stuff for the fighters and stuff, the wrestlers. And we were just doing some stuff yesterday in between doing the weigh-ins and keeping my fighter up and doing all this stuff. And then today I did another photo shoot out there with my girl Alexis Bliss or Alexis. She's I am sorry cosplay. But Alexis is one of the cosplayers from down here, and my boy Dennis. So we were out there helping her do a photo shoot with another friend of ours, Mini Fit. So it was cool, man. It was just a cool night of just stuff, and that's why I was late because I was out there helping. We just opened up at 5 for it at the studio, and then I rushed over here after we were kind of getting it done. So yeah. Now I'm back, and there's a couple of things I like to talk about tonight, but Yo, did you get to see like the Superman and the Fantastic Four movies? Did you get to catch up yet or no?
So I didn't see Superman. I saw it through TikTok and same thing with Fantastic Four. But bro, like on Fantastic Four, I saw like that whole 10-minute action scene with like Galactus, like 12, 15-minute action scene on
Where he's like
TikTok, bro.
swinging at him and shit? Or are you
Yeah,
talking
dude.
about the one in the city?
The one in the city.
Oh, nice, dude.
So
Yeah,
I
that was
saw that whole sequence there, bro, and it was fucking tight. I thought it was fucking tight. You know what I mean?
yeah. There's a lot of great visuals in that movie. A lot of great visuals, but there's a lot of things that, of course, they need to fix. But I think Marvel's been in that downfall for a bit, right? So, but I think overall the movie is pretty okay. But so you still haven't seen it?
I still haven't seen the full thing like officially because I'm a cheapskate. You know what I mean? So
And what
Yeah,
about
dude.
Superman? What about Superman?
Superman theme. I wasn't actually purchased. I was talking to Ash today. One of those fire sticks, those 956
Yeah.
fire sticks, bro.
Yeah,
'Cause,
straight.
like-
No, I understand this. I do.
Because
think it's
like I gotta stay up to date, bro, in order to be ahead, like with the podcasting and shit. Like I have to. So I see it as an investment, which is my
Yeah, the investment part.
justification. You know,
Yeah, the investment part's always the thing.
but I mean, shit. You good?
Yeah,
I don't
is
know.
that
Having
me or
my
is that
thing
you?
spun for a minute. I don't know. It's not giving me a Wi-Fi warning. You know, on the top left of StreamYard, it gives you a Wi-Fi warning. It didn't
Yeah,
give me a
that's
Wi-Fi
you.
warning.
That's not me. That's you.
Is that me? Oh, shit.
Yeah, that's on
Okay.
your side. My warning came out earlier, but I don't have any warnings right now.
Oh, oops. Yeah. What's the kind? I noticed that on the live, it'll give like a little Wi-Fi signal thing, like a little warning.
Yeah. Mine's been on, but it hasn't like trickled. Right now it's at 2, but you know what? Maybe they're doing a fucking thing right now with the internet service because I don't really get this to happen too much. But I want to say like maybe a couple weeks ago I had a drop in one of my shows. But VPN, yeah, they're attacking this, bro. The Chinese,
Okay.
Russians are attacking us. Okay, so you haven't seen any of them, and I kind of it's like Fantastic Four suck. That's funny. I don't want to ruin the movies for you, like do spoilers.
Nah, dude,
like that.
you're cool, bro. That stuff doesn't bother me because at the end of the day, I'm still gonna experience it the way that I experience it. You know what I
the
mean?
way you experience it, right?
Yeah.
But-
What up, Limon?
I mean, even without spoiling anything, right? I want to say that the movie, like I said, was okay. It didn't really have anything. I think me and Brian dissected the shit out of this movie as best we can. Brian really liked it. Derpy said it was okay, but he was kind of like in the fence where I was, where I gave Superman a 7.5, and then I gave the Fantastic Four the same at 7.5, and then Brian was like, "Nah, bro, like you don't really give us a justification on what you mean a 7.5 is or 100," and I'm like, "No, like a 7.5 is like a grade of a 70 or a 75 in school. That's the way I look at it. This movie wasn't good. Did it give me a Superman story? Yes. Lex Luthor was written very dumb, like he's doing dumb shit. Lois Lane out of nowhere could just fly a fucking fucking spaceship. You know
Well,
what
hold on. I have to sidetrack you now. So, like obviously she's just flying a spaceship. You know what got to me, bro? I don't know if you ever saw that Die Hard movie where he just flies a fucking helicopter out of nowhere.
Yeah. You're kind of like, that takes a fucking skill.
Yeah.
Like the audience as an audience, and again, these are things that I keep saying when it comes to like making film. You could get away with some shit where the audience goes, "All right," you know what I mean. But there's a lot of times where the audience is like, "Yo, that doesn't make sense." You know what I mean? Like, why? Why does that make sense? Or why aren't you making sense? Like, that would be in the Superman movie. There's a scene where they're in a portal or the dark dimension or some shit. Or let's just say it's a Phantom Realm, right? Which is what Superman uses to hold prisoners or some shit. Remember that from the comics and the movies and stuff?
Yeah.
There's a scene that kind of has something like that, but Lex Luthor's using it. And there's like this this river of like, I don't even know what to call it, like antimatter material. And they make it's like a pocket dimension. Yeah, let's just use that, right? And they mentioned that it's like, oh, dude, if you go into that, it'll break your body apart molecularly. And they give you a warning to let the audience know, like, oh, shit, don't fall in the water. And then there's like a whole scene where Superman just fucking swimming in the water and doing all this stuff. His dog falls in, fucking Metamorpho falls in. The fucking he's holding the baby up, and in my mind, I'm like, well, who the fuck cares? You already fell in and nothing's happening. Like it's just, it literally looks like just Minecraft water. And it's just like orange, and they gave us this like idea that it's supposed to be dangerous, but then they show us next that it's not dangerous to anybody that's in it or touching it. No one even like falls in and gets like fucking demolished to Indiana Jones it. You remember how like Indiana Jones would be like, be careful with that thing, you could die from it, and someone goes, oh no, and he gets splashed like, oh fuck. That was the director showing the audience there's real consequences to those actions. And James Gunn's character in the writing is like the river can fuck you up and break you apart, and then Superman falls in, the dog falls in, there's a bunch of people, and no one gets messed up. No one gets messed up. And you're kind of like, oh, well, who is that for? The security guards, like, because Superman's too strong, or like you're telling us that that this one iota of a person can survive that type of like I don't know, like antimatter, like so that shit doesn't affect him, like he's that strong. Like that's out of pocket for Superman's like vulnerability and stuff. You know what I mean? Like it's just weird. Jeremy in the comment section, my boy says, I'm here on time and ready for the conversation because the blasphemy that was that said last week still, I didn't see the new Superman movie. Oh no, that's totally fine. I don't think you're gonna miss out on anything. I
heard about that. I heard about it.
Oh yeah, I heard about it. Yeah, we tore into that movie pretty bad, man. Like I said, Derpy he wasn't having it, which I felt bad for that kid. Like he's a good guy, but like I understand where he's at though as a fan, and Jeremy too. Jeremy's a fan too, and us too, man. Like I don't want Superman to fail. Like Superman, like I grew up and I still love Superman as a character. Like I think that's what was cool about this movie is that James Gunn wrote the Superman character as Superman. Like he wrote it knowing, fuck, I can't make him stupid like all my other characters. I can't do the Star-Lord corny music. He can't do it like Adam Warlock, where he's just like an idiot that can fly around and do strong shit. Like he knew he had to write Superman as Superman. And he did. And there's a part of the community that's here in the world that just does not care for not Homelander, that cares for a not Omni-Man or a not Invincible. Like they want these Supermen that are broken. That was why, like, I don't know if you ever remember that movie of the kid, the Superman kid that James Gunn made. You remember the kid with the fucking mask that had like stitches in the middle, and he was like killing people that were breaking into his house. I forgot. Brightburn.
No, I never saw it.
Yeah, I'll show you a picture real quick so that way you can understand. There was a movie that he didn't make, but he was in charge of it. So yeah, here it is. Brightburn. Bring a picture up real quick. So I can find a nicer picture.
That movie was fucking gnarly. Brightburn.
Yeah, I'm telling you, bro, like a lot of people saw it, and again, I've shared my vocals on James Gunn.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I've shared my ideas. That's super tiny, dude. It's the worst. That's the worst. Let me find a cooler picture. That was the dumbest picture ever I could find. Gee, with us, bro. Why am I so retarded? All right, here we go. All right, that's a lot better. So. Here we go. I'm gonna share the picture for you guys real quick.
I know the fuck I'm watching after this, bro.
Yeah, are you checking it out?
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. That's kind of fucking.
So this is
interesting.
So wait, okay, Jeremy, it's an evil Superman movie. It's literally Superman lands not in a farm, but more in like a suburban area with like I think like a single mother, and he starts unlocking his powers, and he doesn't use them to like do. Like evil, but he uses them and he starts doing bad things with them by accident and kind of like hurting people and getting out of control. And then eventually he has a tantrum and the mom gets at him and she tries to call the cops, I think. And like there's people trying to stop him, but he's just fucking everyone up. And he's like a scary kid. Like the mom, why are you doing this to me, mom? You know what I mean? Like I don't know how to explain it, but like a lot of people, this was kind of like, I feel like this was the death of the Silver Age Superman movies. Like this is the movie, and then Kick-Ass like totally took it into like left field.
Oh, Kick-Ass was the shit though. I'm sorry.
No, but that's the thing. Those were the switches. The
Yeah.
moment you instill that those stories exist in the world of people who don't read comic books, they're going to instantly gravitate to those because sex and violence sells. Like, you know what I
Facts,
mean?
bro.
So when these movies came out, everyone was like, "Yo, we need to do a Injustice movie." Oh, Injustice, Injustice, and it's like, but those people don't even like really read the comic books. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people that are asking for that violent take over the world. That was like that shit that look at how bad it was. And this goes back. I know Jeremy knows this, and a couple of the people that watch. Like when Snyder made that alternate universe with the evil Superman, look at how many people got excited, even when they announced the story that they were going to do with it. Like it was the stupidest fucking story of him becoming evil because Batman bangs Lois and they have a baby, and then he was going to take care of the baby, and then he just turns evil because single mom shit. And a lot of people who read comic books are like, "Yo, you don't fuck with Lois Lane. That's just what it is." Injustice happens not because Joker had a baby and fucked Lois or Batman did something. It was because he got Superman to kill Lois Lane out of fucking with him. He's like the worst villain to put him up against. And that's what creates that alternate universe and Injustice. But like this, where like, oh, let's make it where Batman bangs Lois. I'm like, bro, why would you do that? They're supposed to be like Batman and Superman, the best friends. Like they always have each other's back. Like at first there was turmoil because Batman didn't know if he could trust him. Like there's a lot of shit that was going on. And then this guy comes in and writes some fucking Zack Snyder stupid ass nonsense. Like just straight up stupid ass nonsense. And people were still like, oh my God, I can't wait for this Superman. And it's like, stop, bro, stop. Like, no, we don't need an evil Superman. And in the current like, I don't know how to say it, like the current environment of the world, we need good superheroes. We need pillars in our community that are going to build our young ones to be great. That was all of us. Like, you know, when we were growing up, like what superheroes did you guys look up to? Like that inspired you to want to be better than yourselves. That was a hard thing to reach. Everybody's got one. Every motherfucker's got one. It can be Mario in Smash Brothers and fucking knocking people or smashing them into the ground, or it could be fucking, I don't know, up Superman or the Hulk or Wolverine or whatever the fuck. It could be anything, but you kept these people up. You know what I mean? And a lot of our kids don't have that nowadays. They don't have that, man. They're looking up to fucking James Gunn. You know, they're looking up to, you know what I mean? Like, that's who they're looking up to. They're looking up to fucking Dr. Disrespect and fucking all these weird dudes that are all fucking talking to minors and doing all this shit. And they're like, what is it, Tekashi 6ix9ine and fucking all these weird dudes they're just like, well, it's all right because he's got money, cool hair, and chains or whatever the fuck. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I think James Gunn did really well with the Superman we got. The story, stupid. Like, just sucked. Lex Luthor, retarded. Like, just dumb as shit. And the problem is the writers that they have nowadays, they're not creative and they're not smart. They're dumb and they can't write for smart characters because they're not smart. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I get you, bro. It's like when we had that conversation when they had the writer's strike and they were using AI and stuff.
Yeah.
I think it just showed that they have no talent. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they can't be creative and stuff.
Even with that, like we all pushed for the writers block shit. We were all like, yo, they deserve money, they deserve to be paid. But I was like, I think the one thing I would say was like, well, how do we know the good writers from the bad writers? I don't want the bad writers getting paid. But they're out there picketing too, being like, oh, well, look at what I could do. And it's like, well, you're writing shit material. I don't want to pay you more. But they're like, well, that's not fair. You need to pay me more because I write. And I'm like, bitch, I write too, man. Like, I write too. But I don't get it published, but I write. But, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's weird. It's super weird. And I think, like, a lot of those people have taken over the industry. And it goes to show with the situation that we're in right now with, like, I don't know if you saw with the Fantastic Four, right? We're going to talk about some things today that are kind of important, but I was just like, let me jump in real quick on the comments. Miguel says, I have over 1,000 comic books and I've only read like 10% of them. Miguel, you heard that kills me, dude. Diligence, bro. You got to just sit down and read them all one day. Read them all, like all at one after one, every one of them. And then Jeremy says, yeah, that was the only part that I was like, okay, let's see where they goes. But I'm sure they would have cut that part out or did something else that would take the story somewhere else. 100%, you would assume that. But then James Gunn made that whole fucking, what was it, Rebel Moon story? Yeah. Because he was like, yo, Star Wars sucks, and I'm going to make a better Star Wars story. Like he literally was going off of the momentum of people being like, "Oh, the last trilogies and all this stuff, the ones that they suck. Oh, I could do better than that. Watch me." And then he made like a debauchery, dude, like debauchery movie, dude. Like it was bad. Dude.
I never finished it, bro. I'm not gonna lie
It
to
was
you.
hard. I couldn't get into this. I was just fucked, dude. I saw the first one, and it wasn't great. And the only thing that I liked about it is it was like the Fantastic Four. It's a repainted version of the old Fantastic Four, right? That movie, the new one. Like it's the same fucking Rise of the Silver Surfer movie. Like if you saw that one, it's the same thing except you got better character development than the old one. The Rebel Moon movie was the Seven Samurai. I don't know if you remember that old black and white Kurosawa film.
No, I don't remember that one, bro. I don't think I saw that.
So in that film, if you're into movies and films, Kurosawa is like this old Japanese famous director that made like a bunch of fucking cool movies that a lot of people really look into, because you could kind of consider him like the Robert Rodriguez or Quentin Tarantino of his time in Japan. So he would read Shakespeare and then turn like a Shakespearean story into one of his Japanese samurai movies. So he would just take those stories and rechange the assets and the story into a Japanese samurai film. And there was one film that he did, which was based on not The Good, the Bad, The Magnificent Seven, the cowboy movie.
Yeah.
And he just turned it into a samurai movie, and it was just called The Seven Samurai.
What?
So,
really?
Yeah, 100%. 100%. A small village is being riddled by bandits, and in by chance, a retired military general or like person who trained the military is going through the city and witnesses this, stops a small group of the bandits, and then saves the city. And then those bandits are like, "We're going to come back and get you, but we're going to bring more people," or whatever. And when he's leaving, the village is like, "Please, can you stay and help us?" And he's like, "I've already put myself in danger, bitch. Like, why am I going to stay?" And she's like, "We have nothing. They've stolen all our food at all times, all our grains and all our rice. We have nothing. We're dying, and all we're doing is giving. Can you please stay and help us this one time?" And they're like, "We'll pay you." And he's like, "Okay, pay me. What are you going to pay me?" And they give him like a fucking like beans, bro. They're like, "Oh, we got beans and rice." And he's kind of like heart of gold. He's like, "Ah, fuck. Like, all right, I'll help." And then he starts realizing that the bandit group is actually a pretty large, like defensive or aggressive group of people. And he's like, "What do I do?" So he goes around and gets 6 other warriors to come and help him out. Like random. And there's even one of them that's always like a really like the Joker, real loose, kind of like dude that's real crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And it's always weird because that character is always a sci-fi character. And it's hard to explain how weird it is because that character always does like something that's riddled in mystery. Like he'll get stabbed and you'll see the fucking knife go through his neck and he's dying. And then later on when they win, he's back up and he's back to normal, no wounds in his neck. And he's like, yeah. And they're like, "Well, weren't you dead?" And he's like, "No, what are you all talking about?" "No, I wasn't dead. I was just sleeping." And you're kind of like, what the yeah, 100%. And then you realize that he's like an Oni, like a god of like the underworld that's kind of just going around. He's almost like, I don't know how to explain it. Like Thanos, he's in love with death, but like he constantly is in travels of finding it as a physical entity. So, but it's a demon that's in a human body or a human form. But they write him as a human character, and it's like it catches you as an audience member watching that movie. And what was it? What was the movie we're talking about? It's the same way. It's exactly the same way. Fuck, I can't remember the movie we're talking about now. God damn it. Yeah, but Kurosawa is like a super important director that does that kind of stuff. So like, Rebel Moon. Rebel Moon's the same thing.
Rebel Moon. Yeah.
A character comes in, wants to save a small village of people that are thing, but there's like a Nazi German like dark side that are coming in and they're like, "Yo, give us all your rice." Like literally, give us all your rice. And it's like, rice, like, bro, you're in a giant battleship. Like, why are you needing rice? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you would assume it would be some other Star Warsy shit. we need unobtainium, or we need like your precious stones, or I don't know. You're gonna make it, but he's literally like, no, we need rice because we need to feed all our guys. And it's corny. There's a bunch of corny shit in it, but it's very much the Seven Samurai film. And yeah, like Zack Snyder really can't hit that kind of shit. He does fun shit well, but you have to give him something that's already done. Like for visuals, like 300, fucking nailed it, bro. V for Vendetta, nailed it, bro. The Watchmen, nailed it. Because there's pictures. It's a fucking there's a picture book that he could just follow and just make that a real thing. Like, yeah, but if you give him his own idea, he fucking sucks. That was a Superman movie for me, like all those movies. But yeah, James Gunn didn't do it any hotter, man. Like, I did not like what James Gunn did with the Superman stuff too much. Like I said, he just wrote it really weird. But yeah, man. It's really weird because, like, with the Fantastic Four, a lot of people went into it hyped that they were like, though, you know, they nailed the Thunderbolts, and then they went and they saw it and they were like, oh my God, this is like, it never fails. The movie comes out and then someone's like, this is the best thing Marvel's ever done.
Of course.
The movie comes out, this is the best thing that Marvel's ever done. Another movie comes out, best thing. Ironheart, best thing Marvel's ever done.
No, I don't know about that one.
Yeah. Did you get the? Oh my God, dude! I don't even if you gave that one a chance. That was fucking.
Sir, horrible. I just remember how many like months ago we were talking about fucking Madam Web. So I'm grateful for what we have now, because what we had before, I remember texting you like, "Yep, I wasted 2 hours of my life on this shit."
Yeah, I'm never gonna get that back, dude. Never gonna get those 2 hours back. It's like those movies, The Expansion or whatever, when they miss a day and they're like, "What happened? My day's missing. That was it." Nobody, I'm never getting that 2 hours back in my life. No, it was like I said, Fantastic Four, the new movie, is the old movie with a fresh new paint job. Except they were just like, you know what? Let's not build these characters up, and let's make them like where they don't feel like they actually like know each other. Let's just make them. Let's just tell the audience they do and let them accept it. Like, I don't feel any connection to any of the characters. Even, you know how there's like this like really nice brotherly relationship between the Thing, Ben Grimm, and Reed Richards in the movies. Like, they're always like the shoulder touching and, hey man, it's all right, bro. Like, I got you, Cunha. There was nothing like that. There was a scene where they're on a balcony talking, and it's the fucking. I just thought it was boring, dude. It's just fucking boring.
What the fuck is this?
Yeah, I was like, the fuck, dude. I heard the fucking wildest take on this shit where I was like, bro, the only character development is for the Thing. Mind you, there's 3 people right now watching this. Like, don't say this out loud to nobody. The guy goes in the fucking reviews like, the only character development the Thing had in that movie is he saw Sue Storm's pussy while he was developing or giving birth to the baby, and he didn't have to ask permission. He just turned around and was like, okay, I got this. Like, you're kind of like, oh shit, like, this is weird. It was the fucking funniest thing I had seen in a long time. It was nuts, bro. But yeah, I don't know, man. The Fantastic Four, you can get away with watching it and it not be too crazy or whatever. But they're thinking about it. Yeah. Lemon knows. Everyone knows. What the? Yeah, dude, it was fucking funny, dude. It's the fucking spaceship scene. He just turns around. He's like, "Oh, I'm gonna catch this kid," but like, she just spread eagle on the fucking thing, and it's like, bro, this is a Disney movie, bro. Like, why are we this cynical about making sure we see this? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's wild, but yeah, I kind of feel like they just like focused on a bunch of weird shit, and it just didn't feel good. Like, I don't know. It was just different. Galactus was okay. Like, it was all right, but I kind of think they they nerfed the fuck out of him though.
You know, I felt like they did a lot of hype on him up to it, and then when I saw how they get him to their dimension or whatever, I'm like, that's how they do it. Like, I'm like, okay, like
stream it, dude. He's like, stream it. Don't even tell me that. I don't know how to find it, dude.
Yeah,
I know where to find it, dude. I don't want to get you guys in trouble.
Nah, we ain't getting that strike, sir.
Yeah, fuck no.
We're saving that for another day.
You guys will be putting me up like that one kid that's turning plastic into fuel and shit.
Yeah, no shit. Oh, bro, that shit's fucking nuts, right?
Yeah, I like that shit. I've been following that kid for a minute, so when I saw that, I was kind of like, oh shit, they're gonna Tesla this dude.
And
they're gonna Tesla this guy, dude. Nah, but he's good. He's good. But yeah, man, it was just I don't know. It's really wild. Jeremy says that's disappointing, man. I did see a scene on Instagram how the Silver Surfer pushes him into a different realm or something like that. I was like, that's boring, Jeremy. But the crazy thing is, man, dude, that is for people to be like, nah, man, we're gonna do the Fantastic Four our way. Like, we're not gonna, fucking follow the comics. We're not gonna do this. We're not gonna do that. We're not gonna make the Thing fucking hate himself. He's gonna be loved by everybody. He's gonna go to Yancey Street, and all the people on Yancey Street are gonna be like, "Yo, you're our hero," instead of being like, "Get out of here, fucking freak." Like, Yancey Street in the comic books treated him like fucking trash, dude. He was getting in fist fights with like teenage kids, like the Crips and the Bloods, dude. Just because they were always trying to get at him. That's the way it was. And this one, they were like, "Yo, bro, do the Thing," or whatever, "Do the roar," or whatever the fuck they were doing the clobbering time.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Bro, just do it. Like, that's literally your thing. Like, you know what
That's the line, bro. That's the line.
That is you. That's your whole fucking shtick. You know what I mean? Like, that's like the whole Flame On thing with the Human Torch, which I don't think they even did once.
Yeah.
But like that was like his whole, I don't know, man. Like there's a bunch of things that they were like, no, we're not gonna do this. But then here comes fucking Galactus, and they're like, yo, Galactus, the guy that he is, I forgot his real fucking name, but he was just a scientist from another dimension that's being destroyed. And then he takes his ship and enters our world and then becomes the devourer in this world because like the make of the universe is not the same as his, right? And then that's his purpose. His purpose is just to be Galactus after that. He's supposed to partner up with Franklin Richards, and Franklin Richards is supposed to be the Galactus of the next universe. That's why he's connected to Franklin Richards so much in the comics, right? That's and Galactus becomes Franklin Richards' heralds. He just like, Galactus, come to me, my herald. That's his Silver Surfer. So like, Franklin Richards is a fucking G, but he's stupid as fuck as a character. Like, I hate his guts. Like, I hate a kid, man. I never tell anybody I hate a kid in comics, but I do. But it's so cliche to know that they were like, yo, okay, you guys want Galactus really big? Here it is. And you're there and you're like, yeah. And then you're like, yeah.
No.
And then you're like, yeah. Like, man, he looks kind of dumb, actually, walking through the city, being the klutz and tripping over things. And then, like, he sees all the gates of the little fucking, you're going to push me into the fucking teleporter. And then he's like, you're not going to get me, bitch. I'm a scientist or whatever. And he just walks around it or whatever. And he's like, I can't even see the kid.
Fucking Daredevil vision, bro.
It's so fucking, god damn it, man. Like, Reed Richards, the smartest man in the world, is like, yo, let's just tie a rope across and trip him when he walks by. And I'm like, this is you, bro. Like, this is your guy. I'm looking at people next to me like, this is your man. Like, come get your fucking weird uncle, bro. Like, let's tie his shoes together. He'll trip and fall, and then he'll fall in the teleporter. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? Like,
fucking at bro.
Yeah. What the fuck, dude? I was just so mad, dude. So fucking mad. Yeah, like it's just weird. It's just weird. The Galactus scene at the end, like when they're lighting him on fire and like the fire's not fucking him up, I thought that was pretty cool. You know what I mean? I thought that was pretty cool because you're kind of thinking like, oh shit, like he's gonna hit him with fire. Johnny's hitting him with fire, and I'm like, bro, he eats fucking planets with lava, bro. Like, I don't know what you're doing, bro. I don't know what. It's like you're blowing hot air at him. He doesn't give a shit. You know what I mean?
Fucking,
but here comes the storm with their fucking pushing powers and shit like that. Like that's gonna get him. Dude, I don't know.
Pushing powers. Fucking, I guess at the minute they had mystery men powers, bro.
Yeah. And I keep telling people, I think I talked about this on the podcast last week. You have to look because I think there are certain parts that they're trying to like hint that Franklin Richards was assisting in some way. Like pushing, and her powers are like, I don't know, like when you use a magnet, or not a magnet, but a magnifying glass, and it gives you that weird, like reflective, rainbowy prism kind of shit.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
And then all of a sudden she like Super Saiyans, blah, right? And then she starts having yellow shit come out, and no blood out of her nose, no like pressure in the mind or whatever, like Jean Grey, nothing like that. Just screams, pushes, but there's yellow, and I think that yellow indicates that that's Franklin Richards' powers, like igniting something in someone. Like I don't know. But if you go back and watch, I think we talked about this last year. I think Hobby checked it out. He would go back and he would be like, "Oh, dude, yeah, there is like tones of yellow in certain scenes," and it goes all the way back, even to like when she's pregnant and she's giving birth. There's like a part where Reed Richards is like reaching for shit and doing stuff, doing his, his fucking stretchy shit. And there's a part where like there's something where they're like, Sue, hold this ship together because they're trying to like, I don't know, blast a black hole. I don't know. It's just nonsense, bro. They're just like, oh, there's a thing over there. We got to fly by the thing. It's dangerous, folks. Like, we're going to fly by it, though, because we're the fantastic fucking assholes or whatever. Like, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, they have to make it some egregious shit, and your brain is like, damn, that could have fucked them up. Thank God they're the main characters. Thank God they got plot armor on this shit. You know what I mean?
Thank God this is just part of the phase.
Yeah, just fucking part of phase, whatever, 5 or 6, that's all stupid. That you can just add it up to that shit, right? Yeah, like the movie just had a lot of shit that was like, oh, the audience, because of course, like I said before, like the audience, when you're writing a story, you're writing a script, you're creating a movie, you can't make it so on the nose because people are gonna call you out on your bullshit. Derpy, what's up, my dude? Good to see you, brother. Good to see you. Are you watching wrestling too, my man? We're talking about the Fantastic Four, right? We're talking about all the shit on it, like just shitting on the bad stuff. Because like again, like yeah, dude. Because like I was telling people the other day, I was like, when these movies come out, they bamboozle us, bro, with all the cool colors and fucking fireworks, bro. And no, it's good. Brian's watching it too, bro. He was telling me he's ready for it. But it's good, man. You guys enjoy. But I'm glad. Thank you for jumping on and hanging out with us. You let it cook for a bit. And you really, really fucking like. You're like, wait, why did I fucking get excited for that shit? You know what I mean? Like, why the fuck was I excited for a guy made of rock to taste spaghetti and be like, okay, yeah? And it's like, wait, wouldn't his fucking taste buds be like rocks? You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? How's he gonna be like, oh, a little hint of garlic? You're like, what the fuck, dude? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you're just like, I don't know, man. It was a lot. It was a fuckload, man. There was so much. But you know what? I'm gonna tell you, one of the major things that fucking gets me, and I hate it so much, dude. I hate it so much, is how like Marvel, DC, and all of these people that are making these type of movies are like, oh, I know what the people want. Like, oh, we're gonna give you, Sonic with regular human eyes and teeth. All right, we're gonna fucking give you the Sonic you really want. We're gonna redo the whole thing. Oh, you don't like Galactus as a giant fucking cloud in the sky? We're gonna give you a fucking 80,000 foot dude that just walks around and smells grass and shit and gives like the side eye to the fucking Statue of Liberty or whatever. And then we get it. And we're like I said, we're like, yeah, we're getting it. And then we see it on screen and we're like, oh, fuck, dude, how am I going to tell my dad this is cool? You know what I mean? Like, your dad's going to be like, what the fuck are you watching, kid? Like, goddamn. Yeah, I think they really, really, you know what? Okay. The only part that, dude, that was fucking funny to me. I don't know why I started laughing in the theater about this. The only part that gave me like, oh shit, that's Galactus being like Galactus strong, is when he fucking just chucks the thing into space, dude.
Oh, bro, I saw that shit.
You know what I'm talking about? Fuck, yeah. Dude. I almost started laughing. I was like, in my mind, I'm like, that is the best way to make a person that's strong feel completely fucking useless in a fight, dude. Like, just grab him and be like, oh, a rock. Wang! And just throw his ass, dude. It's like, how's he going to come back? You can't fly. You can't run. You can't do shit. You're just a giant weight, dude, flying through space. He is so lucky that whoever wrote that shit got the Human Torch to grab it, dude. That guy would have been toast, dude. That made me fucking laugh. Like right when he did it, I was like, "Yeet, bitch!" Like, oh fuck, dude. I was laughing my ass off. That was fucking funny, man. But yeah, the fucking Fantastic Four movie, it's not doing good right now. It's not doing good. And my boy Brian came in here and was talking to Derpy about Superman because he was like, "Well, Superman ain't doing good." And he was saying the Fantastic Four, in his opinion, might have been better, but I was like, the numbers don't lie, dude. It's down 65% as of like last week, like the viewing. And this goes off of what I was telling the guys a couple weeks ago. Where I was like, bro, a lot of people are like, well, who do you think's gonna win in the long run of it? Jurassic Park, Superman, or the Fantastic Four? and we all agreed Jurassic Park. Don't fuck around. Kids love
Jesus
that.
Christ.
And it's a fucking horrible movie. But kids love dinosaurs. Kids love
love
dinosaurs.
dinosaurs.
It doesn't matter if you're a boy or girl. You can like all types of dinosaurs.
And there's
Superman,
no multiverse yet.
Yeah, there's no universe in it. They just eat shit and they just kill dudes, man. Some of them fly, some of them swim. Scarlett Johansson, boom. Like that's all you need, bro. It's success. Superman, a little bit. All the guys, all the little kid boys like him. He's cool. He's Superman. The girls, oh, he's kind of cute and handsome, and he saves the day. Lois Lane relationship. Oh, I get my white knight. It's a smaller demographic than the boys, but the Jurassic Park doesn't discriminate. And then you have a group of 4 fucking adults. One of them's a rock. One of them's a dude that stretches. Another one's supposed to be like the hot guy, but now he's like 40, receding hairline. Barely does anything. He just acts like he's some fucking 20 years old or whatever. I don't even think it's superhero fatigue. I think it's just shitty writing and work. I think 100% shitty writing and work. Who the fuck is gonna care about the Fantastic Four, dude? Like, you know what I mean? You gotta be like our age to be like, oh, they didn't give us Galactus. I'm gonna go see when I see Galactus, and then the kids are gonna be like, huh? What? Where's Spider-Man? Where's Captain America? Where's Superman? Where are the dinosaurs? You know what I mean? Like, they're not gonna give a fuck about a group of 4. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's wild, bro, to think that like the Fantastic Four was even considered on the list of that for popularity. And then we got what we got, and they were like, well, no, this Fantastic Four likes to drink a lot of Starbucks or whatever. They're real chill. And they have the vaporizer in their room, giving essence oil or whatever. Like, they're real chill guys. You're going to love them. They save lives. And one of them cooks Italian food, and the other one just likes to solve problems and write on a chalkboard. The mom likes to, do fucking charity work and give speeches to everybody, being like, I don't want to risk my kid, but I don't want to risk all of you guys either. But I will totally fucking leave this planet if Galactus fucks it up. And I'll save my people because we can make a spaceship and you can't. You know what I mean? And then there's fucking Fantastic Four with Human Torch. He just catches on fire and just fucking lays on couches, bro. Like, you remember when Chris Evans was there and he was like banging models and fucking all over the place, and you were like, wow, this guy's a dickhead, bro. Like, this guy's a dickhead, but he's cool. And then you had the fucking, what is it, Michael
Chickens or
no, that guy was cool as a thing. He was good. He was like, man, my life sucks. And then his wife leaves him and they can't pick up the ring, and he's like, fucking life sucks. And then like he changes powers with Johnny, and he's like, oh, I got powers and I got my skin back. He was a fucking G, dude. Like, he was the funniest fucking dude. This one, they just fucking, like I said, Johnny Storm is just like the most wildest thing he did was like, he was laying on a couch in his astronaut suit upside down, and they busted him laying on the couch upside down. Other than that, he politely goes up to the Silver Surfer chick, Shia LaBeouf or whatever his name is, and is like, oh, hey, like, I noticed you said something the other day. What did it mean? And this chick is like, yo, go back and wait in your fucking line or whatever. She should have said that. And she was like, no, it just meant like hang out with your people because your guys are going to die and you got to like, save the last minutes or whatever. And he's like, oh, okay, I thought we had something. And like floats back or whatever. And I'm like, bro, there's no fucking connection to this shit. Like, it doesn't make no sense, man. It makes no fucking sense. You remember in the other Fantastic Four movie, they did the same ploy, which was the invisible girl has to go and talk to him and plead as a woman who's in love that he should try to be helping them because she doesn't want to lose the person he loves or she loves. And Norrin Radd's Silver Surfer had lost his girl, or not even, I don't even think he lost him. I can't even remember, but like he sacrifices himself to be the herald to save his wife. But like throughout all of this trauma of killing billions of people at a time, he's like, oh, fuck, you know what? I think I fucked up. Like, instead of just saving my wife, like, should probably be saving all these billions of people and fucking over Galactus in some way. You know what I mean? That's that shit where it's like a bunch of people on a train and your kid on the tracks. Like, who do you save? And a lot of people I've been talking to are like, oh, fuck all those people. I'm going to save my kid. And I'm like, bro, like, why is your kid on the tracks? You're a bad parent and fucking your kid's up, bro. What are you doing, my guy? Jesus Christ. Like, it's not the millions of people in the train's fault. You know what I mean? So I don't know. David, in your situation, you have, I'm going to say 102 people on a train. I'm not going to give you 100. We're going to go 2 extras. And you have your son on a train, like on the rail tracks or whatever. And you hit a lever and your son goes, or you don't pull the lever and 150 people go. What are you doing? Nothing wrong. There's no wrong answer. There's no wrong answer. So you're not going to get in trouble. You're not going to get canceled, David.
Bro, I don't give a fuck. Everybody's dying, bro. The kid's living, bro.
Yeah, I'm passing all of them and my kid for being a fucking idiot.
Dude, I'll add bodies to that bitch.
I'm gonna wiggle this stat.
I'll add bodies to that bitch just so I can be an even number, dog.
Yeah. I don't like the 2 part. I want to make it a 10.
Yeah,
I want 110 dudes. But you know what I mean? Like, what would be like? It's weird because if you say what would be the right thing, then you want to be like, of course, like your brain tells you, oh, of course, 100 people or whatever, right? And then you're like, one person to sacrifice hundreds, which one? You see, Javi, right there, I would save my kid.
Facts,
Is that what you would do too?
Of course, bro.
Holy shit, dude.
You know, 100 and some people be dying before my kiddo, bro. I'll double that shit, bro. I don't give a fuck.
Isn't that crazy though? Like several, like I would say, like maybe like 30 years ago, like when I was growing up, a lot of people would have been like, no, I would save the people because, of course, like if I love my son or my child, like. No, the people are in the train. The people are in the train doing the normal thing. The kid's on the tracks being a fucking idiot, dude. Yo, Javi's like, fuck them. What is the other people doing on the tracks? Fuck those guys too. You know what I mean? It's just 100 people lined up on the tracks. Like, yeah, the John Travolta meme.
Everybody catches a smoke, bro. Fuck
everybody catches the train. They slow it down and shit. Lemon's like, I'd pull the lever so hard. Is that lever for the kid or lever to stop it? Yeah, you see, that's the thing. It's not 100. Everybody's like, oh, what 100 people doing on the tracks? No, the 100 people are doing the normal thing. They're in the train and the child is playing on the tracks. So they are doing what they're supposed to be doing. And the person, it could be anybody. It could be any person that you care about on the tracks. It doesn't have to be the kid. Like, we can just put anyone. And that's the psychological, that's the philosophical part, right? That's the part where you're breaking down like the moral aptitude of what's right and wrong in the situation, right? The 100 people that are living their normal day life, or the kid that made a mistake and is on the tracks by accident. Like, what do? I save my kid, but if the kid becomes Ezra Miller, then I might just change my answer. God damn it, Vince. Every week is an Ezra Miller joke. This guy's wild. He just saves him, dude. He has him in the chamber ready, dude. It's like, I got an Ezra Miller joke this week. That shit's funny, dude. Obviously, every day it feels like I saved my kid. LOL, he's wild. Oh my God, dude. There's millions of people diving around Javi every day, dude. Millions of people. But okay, so like now the concept, there we go. So minus that we're talking about where the people were, now we're going to put them in the train, going to work and living their everyday life, not knowing that there is this conundrum happening. The kid's on the tracks, he fucked up. You're not around to grab him and pull him off or nothing. You can't jump out and push him and save him. Like, and you know what I mean? Like, it's either yes or no. What do you do?
Bro, everybody's dying, bro.
You're still like, no, it's not changing my mind, dude.
Nah,
I'm a trap door, baby. Isn't that, bro? 100 people, they're gonna have a lot of money at the funeral home, bro.
They're about to get a group discount, bro. Group discount on that shit, bro.
That's dirty, dude. Group discount on those guys. I don't know, man. It ranges, of course. Like, you'd want to save your kid, but that's 100 people's lives you're gonna destroy in a heartbeat. You know what I mean? That's why.
I mean, yeah, but not my kid, bro. Fuck that.
Like, I'm sending flowers, baby.
I know for a fact I raised that motherfucker to be better than at least 100 of the motherfuckers. You know?
Yeah.
So I'm confident, bro.
You're like, I'm good. I think I made the right choice.
Yeah, fucking facts, bro.
Yeah. What's 100 people that ain't going nowhere to my son that's gonna be the best at something?
If y'all riding the train, y'all already fucked up.
He's a fucking star, baby. But yeah, that's the idea of it, man. Like, what would you do? And in the movie The Fantastic Four, like Galactus is like, yeah, I just want the kid, and I don't have to kill like 7 billion people on your planet. And Reed Richards just like, nah, fam, you ain't having my kid or whatever. And they're like, I don't give a fuck. I'm getting that kid or whatever, dude. It's nuts, dude. It's stupid as fuck. There's even a scene which is wild. I thought this was crazy. It's so fucking out of pocket. So the Silver Surfer has the ability to phase through matter, right? You've seen her like in the movies where they like phase through cars or they like go under the ground and come back and they like go through shit. There's a scene where this fucking chick flies into the back of the ship and gets inside where they're all like, oh, fuck, we're having a baby. And it's all freaking out. And she reaches and her hand goes into the stomach of Sue Storm. Like she's going to rip that bitch out. Baby, and I was like, damn, Marvel's really cooking this fucking horror shit right now, dude. They're really cooking. This Silver Surfer is a fucking cunt, dude. Like, Jesus Christ, man. I would have, like, steal the baby when it's born, like, or just take the whole ass person, man. Take it in the mom and shit, because you're going to bring her out preemie and shit. It's going to be messed up. Kid could come out, I don't know, messed up chromosomes or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, but yeah, it was wild, man. There's a lot of weird shit. Pedro Pascal sucks, bro. I don't know how Brian was saying like he was super good. Yeah, I gotta get your guys' opinion. What did you guys think of Pedro Pascal? Every time I kind of like think about it, I think it's even worse. Like I sat on it, I slept on it, watched it a little bit more, and I didn't get to the whole thing. I was like, I don't know, fucking drawing frogs or something. Something else took my attention, but I could not get through a second watch of the Fantastic Four. I could not. I don't know if I could get to a second watch of Superman. I really don't know. I've had a couple of people say they've seen it a couple of times because it's very like playful.
Mm-hmm.
It's got a faster pace and it's got more action shit to it. It's very colorful, vibrant, and the Fantastic Four is kind of vibrant in a Incredibles kind of way, but it's got very like the Fallout 1950s or 40s kind of like era. So like it's kind of like a I don't know. It's kind of appealing to watch that kind of like era going down or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But man, dude.
I mean, I thought the whole concept was like Galactus is gonna go ahead and fucking kill everybody and take the fucking baby. So they get rid of him, and then Doom just steals the kid. You know what I mean? Like,
and you know what? It's really weird. It's cool that you mentioned that because that's another thing I totally forgot because this movie's like, oh man, dude.
Yeah, because it sidetracks you from it, bro. It really sidetracks you from the way they were selling it. You know.
Yeah, because even now, a lot of people are like, oh, they're dissect. I don't know why people are even trying this shit because it was a fucking bad movie, dude. There's people that are like, oh, man, no, dude, there's hidden shit and Easter eggs and fucking conspiracies. Let's get to this. And I'm like, no, it's pretty down the center. Like, it's pretty down the center. So at the end of the film, they have that credit after credit scene where Doom is with the baby or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But they were like, oh, but if you see the way Sue Storm is acting, like she's not scared. Like she's kind of like, oh, chill, because Dr. Doom is there visiting the child. Like he's just hanging out. He's not going to steal the baby. And it's like, why the fuck would they let a dude in a cape and a metal mask into their house to hang out with their fucking newborn baby? Like, think about that shit. Like, would you allow a dude that way, dressed like that, all day, every day, hang out with your 4-year-old while you're just having like regular like fucking toy time or whatever? Like, would that be the dude you left your kid alone with?
No, I feel you.
Even if he was a friend of your dad's or whatever, or, you know what I mean? Like, would that be the guy? They'd be like, oh, what's up, Doom? Like, nice. Like, his fucking name is Doom. His name is Doom. You ain't leaving your kid with him to hang out. But there is like an Easter egg. There's a part where they're doing like the UN meeting, and there's a seat for Latveria, which is
Latveria, where he's from, yeah.
The place where he's from, and he's the emperor of, or whatever the fuck, like the king or whatever he calls himself. So there is some type of diplomacy or him being a figurehead in that world, but we don't know who is Doom in that world. Again, Marvel was like, hey, it would be really cool if we brought Robert Downey Jr. back, the most highly paid dude that only does 8 minutes and makes $15 million for, fucking hugging Spider-Man or whatever the fuck he did in that other movie. But you're going to pay him a fuckload for this shit. A fuckload. A ridiculous amount of money for an idea that everyone is thinking is like the most stupidest shit. Like, stupidest. Jeremy says we need Tom Cruise to start making Marvel movies. Yeah, I think he's wacky enough, dude. If we get like Tom Cruise from like 2015 jumping on Oprah's couch, I'm 100% about it. I'm 100% about it. I don't know, man. Like,
I just I don't know, bro. Like, I didn't see it obviously, but I just remember the biggest hype was like, oh, Doom's gonna steal the baby, but at what point is Doom needing to take the baby now? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
what's
You
the
didn't even
whole
wait the whole
purpose of-
goddamn Galactus thing.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
like they're traveling, and the Thunderbolts are traveling to the new universe or whatever the fuck it is, right?
Yeah, they're
So
going.
like, what's that gap in between? Because I don't think Spider-Man or any other movie is going to explain that shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, that's
So,
true. We were talking about that too because there's a lot of stuff going on with the Spider-Man shit, right? They released that crazy trailer that just happened where they're like, "Oh, this is the new suit." What's the hype? Okay, David, I gotta ask, and everybody in the comment section, please, Jeremy, Javi, Vince, my boys in the comments, Lemon, like, let me know, dude. Like, I do not get the fucking hype of like the Spider-Man suits. Like, I cannot, for the life of me, bro. You can ask me anything about Spider-Man as a comic book character, and I can tell you all his shit. But boy, do I not give a fuck what the spider looks like, nor do I get the color tones or the metal webbing. I don't give a fuck about any of that stuff. Like, I just know he swings. It's red and blue, and he's got big eyes. Like, that's it. And they're spider web looking design. That's it, bro. Like, if you were to be like, oh, that's fucking Spider-Man from 1847, and this is when he made it, and this fucking Chinese guy did, and I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, he's just in a suit, bro. Like, he's just like, what are you talking? This is underwear out or off for Superman. Like,
no, bro, that was dumbest debate, bro.
The only thing that I ever thought was the coolest fucking Spider-Man was the video game with the sneakers.
Mm-hmm.
Like when they gave us the one that had like the badass like white sneakers with the red shit on it.
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit, like that's pretty cool or whatever the fuck. He uses shoes like a normal person. Thank God he ain't running around fucking barefoot and getting nails in his feet or whatever. Like, I thought it was cool and it looked very anime-ish because it made the feet look bigger, very Street Fighter back in the day with the big feet and the big hands or whatever. Like, I thought it was cool. But like today or yesterday, they released the teaser and he's walking through the doors like the fucking Wolverine movie. What was it? When he fights the Deadpool and he opens the gate, the hangar gate. Yeah, that's what it reminded me of. He's just standing there, and I was like,
"Oh, that's so true." I didn't think of that.
Wade Wilson. I was like, in my mind, I was like, "Is that fucking Wade Wilson?" He starts walking forward, and I was like, "Oh shit, is that Tom Holland?" I was like, "Oh great, they're doing a Spider-Man movie." And then online, it was like, "Oh, the suit," and I was like, "What? Did I miss something? Like, it's a different suit?" Like, I could not tell that was the original suit from the fucking Iron Man movie or whatever the fuck that he did a while back. I'm telling you, bro, like.
Well, did you hear the conspiracies on it? Because that supposedly in the trailer, the little 8-second tease, there was like a connecting line in the spider legs, but then on the one with Tom Holland, it didn't. And like, there's going to be multiple Spider-Man in these movies or whatever the fuck. So
that's what they got from this shit. Like,
that's where it went, bro.
I literally saw Tom Holland come in and do like the blood sign, and then he like walked off set, and he's like, I was just like, oh shit, we're getting Spider-Man 3, fucking fantastic. These guys are like, oh yeah, dude, if you look at that, you can see Galactus' nutsack hanging in the background, and like, I'm like, what are you all fucking freaking out? He's just walking in a dark room, I don't even know what the movie's called. It's like Spider-Man, No More Sense or whatever the fuck.
Brand New Day, dog. Brand New Day. Yeah.
Brand New Day. Oh, that's based on the comic book, which was really shit, dude.
Yeah.
Oof.
I mean, it'll connect. I mean, it's kind of good and bad because obviously we just left the hype of Spider-Man when it had all three of them, right? The OG, the Andrew Garfield, my personal favorite, and Holland.
Andrew Garfield was the best, I think so.
Yeah, and then we're transitioning to his street level, quote unquote, his street level phase, right? Because now nobody knows him. He doesn't have access to tech, right? So
what do you do, bro? This guy just went into space and beat up monsters. You're gonna bring him back and have him just stop and bank guys. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, he's. God damn it! You're like, God damn it!
He's got the shit end of the fucking of the stick on that one, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they kind of did that. They kind of hurt him real bad with that.
They nerfed him, dog.
Build up, right? Civil War to all the other movies and shit. I mean, they
Civil
did well.
War to his first one, yeah, and then bringing on 3, and then I think the hype is just because the last movie was good. The ending kind of was a stickler because I'll find you again. I'll go look for you.
Can you imagine if they started with fucking Endgame though? Like at the peak of like the film, and they're like, "Here he is, street guy or whatever." And you're gonna be like, "Oh no, man, Jesus Christ, he was fighting fucking aliens and all this shit in space. Now he's just back to doing library card shit and people stealing hamburgers and shit." You know what I mean? Like, oh,
people stealing hamburgers.
Yeah, dude. In my mind,
cheese.
Chuck Cheese, get over here, you fucking guy. And he's like, I don't have a job. I'm just trying to eat. I'm homeless. He's like, fuck you, bitch. Boom. You know what I mean? Like, God damn it, dude. There's a part of me that's like, I am so fucking unthrilled for whatever it is. They're gonna pull up some shit. They're gonna be like, it's because when you hurt one of us, you hurt all of us, and it's just a bunch of rainbow shit and just like this weird stuff. And, my God, man. And then they're gonna kill this guy. They gotta kill this guy. Like they're done. Like Tom Holland.
You think so?
Yeah, dude. This guy alone in his own personal life is like, yo, I was addicted to drinking and I almost fucking shot myself, or like I almost did this and that. Like, I think I need to take a step away from Hollywood, and it's like all this stuff. And they're like, well, you were getting railed in your last movie by a black guy, dude. Are you not happy? Like, you do Spider-Man, then you're getting like you're having a dude have sex with you on this other scene. Like, is there something wrong? Like, he's like, no, I'm just done. I'm just done. He wants to marry that chick. What's her name? Padme, or what's her fucking name? I don't even know her name. What's the chick that he's dating? The MJ girl? Zendaya. There you go. He's dating her. He just wants to get married. And then, like, yeah, she had her weird scene in Euphoria that was a little out of pocket. And they just need to fucking buy a ranch and fuck off, dude. They need to do like those two just need to do a Rick Moranis and just be like, yo, I'm gonna stay home, guys. Stop calling me, please, dude. I'm tired of making movies where someone's having sex with my mouth or something, dude. Like, they need to get out of it, dude. And then that's the bad part too. Me and Brian were talking about how they postponed what is it, the Spider-Verse movie?
Oh yeah.
Until after the Secret Wars movie. Or I get you, but dude, it would be so horrible if they did it past Secret Wars, because that's a fucking long time. Because they don't want to allow Sony to use Spider-Man or Miles Morales, because they don't want to add it, because Miles, and I talked about this before, but I keep telling, man, how long have I been picking on Trigger that they're going to do Secret Wars and it's going to suck? Like a long time, dude. And it's because, you know, fucking Miles is a big story part. It's a huge character in the fucking Secret Wars story. So, let me go back. I haven't seen the comment section. So what does it say? I think they want Spider-Man suit for comics, which I dig the suit. Yeah, it's just blue and red, like with a Spider-Man suit. I don't understand. Like, you can put a comic book version of the comic book, and everyone's gonna be like, "Whoa!" And all us normal people are gonna be like, "Huh? Like what?
What?
No, yeah, he just got to shoot webs and swing. I don't give a fuck what colors he's wearing." And they're gonna be like, "No, dude, there's like a hectogram, fucking design." Oh, I don't give a shit about that stuff. He just needs to do his job as Spider-Man. Jeremy says, Tom Holland said, I'll only do another Spider-Man movie if it makes sense and has a great story. I can't think of this street level Spider-Man is gonna do that. Fuck, dude. I like how they're can you imagine? They're like, Tom Holland literally says exactly what Chris Hemsworth says. He's like, I just want to make a good movie with good writers and a good director. And they're like, no, I got one better. Let's give you the shittiest director. I'm going to bring in these writers that just graduated from high school, that they're really, really cool, and they like the LGBT community. And, yeah, your suit's going to be pink. And they're like, yeah, I guess, dude. I'm going to get paid. I just want to get out of here. You know what I mean? Like, God damn it, bro.
Thor, like, I'm only gonna do it if it makes sense. Hey, we got Love and Thunder. Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, fuck it.
Sure. Am I getting a paycheck today or tomorrow?
Run it.
Meat gonna be in it? Is Core gonna be in it? You know what I mean? Javier Escobar says, I don't get it either. If I saw a live action Scarlet Spider-Man Ben Reilly, I'd get excited. But other than that, I don't get the hype. But Javi, in the current condition of the Marvel universe, do you really think they give you a proper Ben Reilly? Like, just think of that. Vincent says the new Spider-Man movie called Spider-Man Back Shots, dude. Fuck, dude. That's so wild, dude. That is fucking nasty.
Just imagine how would they nerf Ben Reilly, bro? You know what I mean?
Yeah, you know what I mean, right? Even Ben Reilly in the comics, he's like super, like, he's a very complicated character. Like a very, very complicated character. After that, Chris was like, yeah, it wasn't the best movie. Nope, fuck no, it wasn't. Ben Reilly, you remember in the comic books, there was the idea that the Spider-Man in the cartoon, the whole time of that series, was the clone, and Ben Reilly was the real Spider-Man out there working in the web of life or whatever. So when that happened, then it went into the comics. There were so many people that were just like, what? So I've been reading a Spider-Man comic and falling in love with this dude and thinking he was like the man, to then find out that he wasn't even the real Spider-Man. And then I think later on, they end up saying, oh no, Ben Reilly wasn't the real Spider-Man. He was the clone, and Peter Parker was the actual Spider-Man, thinking he was the clone when he wasn't the clone, but he was the real Spider-Man. And that's when I was like, fuck y'all, I'm going to meet you in the streets, dude. Like, I was like, fuck those guys. I'm going to meet them in the parking lot for writing this stupid-ass story. Like, I was mad, dude. It was so crazy. It was such a travesty. Such a travesty. And that's where I think the whole Brave New World or Last Day or whatever that they made the comic book with the Mephisto and all that stupid shit. Like, because the director who came up with the clone story was bashed by the guy who made the story for that one. And he was like, well, I want to get him back because he did a shitty story. So he fucked up the whole, like, marriage to Peter Parker coming back from the clones and all that shit. And then they would meet up and then they would get married because it was a clone that was a Mary Jane and the real Peter Parker came in, blah, 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 blah. And the guy was like, oh, well, you know what? Instead of them falling in love, I'm just going to have Mephisto take their love with them. Whatever the fuck that means. You know what I mean? Like, whatever the fuck that means. What does it even mean? You could just be like, well, I'm going to take your existence or your understanding that you both exist and I'm going to fuck you both over. That makes sense. But then he goes, nah, I'm going to take your love. Yeah, I'm going to take your love and you'll never be in love and love. And then he goes and bangs Silk. Like a couple of comics later, I'm like, bro, that love shit didn't work. He's just banging other chicks. What's up? I don't know. Yeah, Javi, it was something really weird, man. It was really, it was chaotic, bro. It was super chaotic back in the day with all that clone bullshit. And then they tried to bring it back recently, like, I want to say like 2018, 2019. They tried to do a thing where they even brought back Gwen Stacy, like a clone of Gwen Stacy. So she's been, fucking breakdancer, broke her neck kind of shit off the bridge or whatever. You know what I mean? Even the dad, they brought the dad back by this guy, I think named the Jackal or some shit. They tried to clone him and bring him back, and fucking Peter Parker was like in tears, bro. Like, oh my God, Gwen, you're back. Are you real? And she's like, yeah, sure. Yeah, fuck it, I'm real or whatever. And then they end the comic book, she's like, well, I'm not really Gwen Stacy. I'm just a clone, like, but I do have some of her. No, I don't. Like, I don't have any of her memories or anything. I'm just here. But this guy, the Jackal, just told me to fuck you over, and I just want to live my life. And this dude's just like, yo, Peter Parker in the comic books just gets fucking shit on like 9 billion% of the time. He's like that dude. He's that dude. Like anytime you think you're doing good at work and your manager comes in and he's like, hey, you fucked up today, bro. And then it just knocks you like a million pegs off before you clock out. Like that's Peter Parker. Like,
so you thought, motherfucker?
Yeah. Have a good day, bitch. You fucked up or whatever. Yeah, dude, they fucked that guy over so bad. My favorite story was House of X, dude. The House of X storyline with Wanda and all that shit. Mm-hmm. So Wanda uses her reality warping powers that are just as strong as that other guy. Franklin Richards, and gives everyone in the world their dream life, like their dream life. And Peter Parker in that comic book has Gwen Stacy and a baby. Like he has the life, dude. And then here comes fucking Cyclops and the fucking, what's her name? The fucking Emma Frost with her mind tricks. And here comes this fucking kid that can make you realize you're in some fucking made up world. And here comes good old fucking 5'1" Wolverine to be like, hey, bud, this ain't real. That kid ain't real. I know you have like a whole life and a memory and Gwen Stacy's dead. And they fucking wreck his life a second time in his life, dude. That is nasty, dude. That is nasty. I'll never forget that shit. And Mephisto shit's trash. It was super trash. But like he's just that. He's the fucking worst case scenario. It is super nasty. Yeah, you see Javi's like, yeah, it was the Jackal from the comics of the cloning shit with Gwen Stacy. He's like, yeah, she was alive in like water or some shit. Like it was so dumb, dude. It was so dumb. Just wild. But yeah, so you guys, like, what do you guys think of the new Spider-Man? I don't know, for costume or whatever. Like, I'm still confused as to who they're choosing him to fight. They have, like, the Hulk and the Punisher. Again, street level. Yeah, the Hulk, yeah, sure. Street level, yeah, dude. Sounds pretty street level for me. I can see the Punisher throwing down with the Hulk. They'll probably get in a fist fight or two. Like, what the fuck is going on, dude? Like, what are they supposed to do? It's a fucking Hulk, dude. Like I don't know. What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on the Hulk and Spider-Man? So far I saw that it was in the yeah, you know what? I'll look it up, dude. I think there's a cast list already. Let me see. Spider-Man makes no sense, or what's the movie? Spider-Man.
Spider-Man Brand New Day.
Brand new name. My bad. Let's see.
I can see how you would get confused, sir.
Yeah. Oh, my bad. Whoops. Whoopsie. Spider-Man, leave me alone. So they have okay, so Zendaya's in it as MJ, but I think we remember in the last movie that Mary Jane wasn't her name, right?
No, it was they said it wasn't going to be, or the real MJ was going to be there, some shit.
Yeah, well, apparently they have. I'm gonna share my screen so you guys can see it. Just don't want to share the wrong screen, if you know what I mean. Wink, wink. No, oh, no, I'm just kidding. I'm a blind person, guys. Sadie C, dude, girl from Stranger Things herself, Max. Of course, pale skin, red hair. We know who that is.
No, you ain't wrong.
Yeah, it's Mark Ruffalo. No, I'm just kidding. Now, Mark Ruffalo's here, of course, the greatest, whatever he is. But Liza Colones Zayas, I don't know who this is, though. And then we have, actually, you know what? Who would you kind of consider this to be right now off the top of your head? Who do you think this could be?
Bro, I don't know too much of the fucking multiverse there.
No, this is Spider-Man, bro.
Spider-Man verse.
I think this person's just, I think they're not part of the multiverse. Yeah, this is. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, that she may be, because she's a Hispanic lady, she may be Miles Morales' mom.
Oh, that's true. I was thinking about that.
And then we got Michael Mondo. Michael Mondo was the Scorpion, Goggins, right? Or what's his name? Gargan? Yeah. And then, of course, Jacob Batalon, which is Ned. There was always that rumor, which this guy is supposed to be the Green Goblin, dude.
Hobgoblin, right?
Yeah, Hobgoblin. He's supposed to pick it up and do all this stuff. And apparently he's been losing some weight, man. Yeah, look at him now. I don't know if this is recent, but no, that's definitely not recent.
That's definitely not recent.
this one isn't. You can see that his face has changed a lot. So let me see if I can copy this or go straight to search. Let's see if I got anything recent. Here. I'll put. Oh, you know what? He was in Sinners, wasn't he? No. Recent. Let's see recent. Oh yeah. Check this shit out. Watch. Stop sharing. Let's do this. Share screen. This one. Yo, look at him here, dude. Look.
I mean, how many movies would they run with him? This will be his fourth movie, right? Or third movie?
The same amount minus. No, fuck. He was in Civil War.
But that didn't count, though.
They put his ass to sleep.
Yeah, but that was a cameo, right?
I mean,
because it's Homecoming.
He's technically not in it, but he's in it. Yeah. That's pretty fucking dope. He's lost a lot of fucking weight, bro. That's crazy. That's a crazy fucking picture. That's like, you can see the pectoral muscle line. Like, this guy's fucking salt poppy all over, dude. What the hell?
Salt poppy.
Yeah. Because Salt Poppy, again, shout out to that dude. He lost a fuckload of weight. He's doing some G shit. He's gonna fight Tony Ferguson?
Yeah.
He's doing Tony Ferguson in a couple of days. But yeah, let's see. Javier Escobedo, Javi says Daredevil, Punisher, Spider-Man versus Crazy Hulk. Yeah, they ain't gonna do shit, bro. They ain't gonna do shit to the Hulk. Maybe Spider-Man might, but Hulk, the other two not so much. The guy from The Amazing Spider-Man is gonna redo his character. Which guy? Is that are you talking about the Michael Mondo guy, the Scorpion dude? That should be the Scorpion.
Wasn't it the Sandman dude?
But he's in the other universe. Yeah, he's part of.
That's true.
He's part of Andrew Garfield's universe. And then Vince says Miles' mom. Yep, I believe so. Michelle Jones was her name, right? So you go to, let's check it. Michelle Jones. Let's check. I can't even fucking spell, bro. What's wrong with me? Michelle Jones Marvel. Oh, that was this chick. So that was Zendaya's character. Yeah. I spelled Michael. Yeah, Michelle. I spelled Michelle wrong, bro. What are you doing to me, bro? The other one would be Miles Morales. Miles Morales.
Mother.
Okay, just wrong. Yeah, you see, like she's like a Hispanic lady, dude. And recently they put her as kind of like Latino Afro, like Afro Latino. And you know, this character, this person herself, is not too far fetched from it, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Pretty cool, man. I think it's cool. If
I'm
that's the
like,
case, again, I think I mentioned this a little while ago, and I really think it's important to state that. Peter, what's up? What's up, bro? What's up, Honda? Good to see you, my dude. Good to see you. Popular loner in the house, man. Hobgoblin named Ned Leeds. Yeah. And that was the big talking points, but he's always been a big dude, and they never really went with it. But if they were to bring in Miles Morales, I think it'd be good. But, like, man, it's late in the game, bro. It's late in the game. But when you start talking about adding Miles Morales to the Marvel franchise, you know Peter Parker has to die. Like, you know. And the reason why is it's the same problem that's going on in the comic books right now, which is you have two Spider-Mans named Spider-Man, and no one knows where to put either one of them. You know what I mean? So for a minute you had it where, like, Miles Morales was using his, like, electric powers that he has to go fuck up vampires in the Blade story. You know what I mean? So, yeah, it's just kind of weird. I don't know. What do you think? What do you think, David? Miles Morales.
I mean, it's like his third movie, bro. So if they're gonna plant the seed for Miles, they might do it with the mom, because they were also hinting to the uncle, the one that they stuck to the car. I think in the first one.
Yeah,
right?
that's Child.
Yeah, Child and Childish Gambino. Yeah, and then if he does die, it would maybe he wouldn't die, but maybe it's gonna be him going to Battle Worlds or whatever it is, and then obviously dying there. You know what I mean?
Well, in the Secret Wars story, Miles and Peter are together, but it's the Miles of course, the Ultimates universe and the Peter Parker of our universe, the 616, right? And both of them team up, and they're both on two separate what are they called? Life rafts. So consider the spaceship that the Fantastic Four are on that make it into the Thunderbolts movie. We're going to call that the Life Raft, which is a ship that can travel interdimensionally. And they end up trying to save heroes. First, it's the Fantastic Four saving his family, T'Challa, Captain Marvel, Cyclops with the Phoenix Force, and I want to say Star-Lord. And then in the middle of it, their ship gets fucking hit with something, and there's a huge gap, and all the kids fall out. All of Sue Storm, Franklin Richards, and Valeria, which is the child that they were like, nah, we ain't fucking with this one this time. So there's no Valeria Richards. I think that's wild. But they're gonna do. You watch, bro. They're gonna fucking do this. I hate them for that. They do it. They're gonna replace Valeria with Ironheart.
You think so?
100%, bro. Marvel is stupid as fuck. Stupid as fuck, dude. And Valeria is supposed to be the smartest human being, like, on the world, like in the world. And then it's what's her name? The Black Panther chick, Shuri. And then it's Reed. Oh yeah. Then it's Reed. No, then it's Ironheart. Then it's fucking Moon Girl or whatever. And then it's Reed Richards. They always knock him down, but he's like the first and only character they go to first for decisions and shit for the whole world. So I don't know how they're like, oh, these other girls of color are like the smartest characters now, and it's like, but all the comic books still read Richards, but it's just a Marvel being a piece of shit, right? Writing it stupid, but yeah, you need Valeria because she's the one that busts Doom, and that's his goddaughter. So there's even a part of me that a lot of these people, you know, like we were talking about earlier, the ending scene to the Fantastic Four movie, right? We were talking about how you're like, I don't know if Doom's gonna really take that baby. That'd be kind of weird. Like, it's kind of on the nose. It's a little awkward. And I'm like, well, like, She doesn't seem scared to have him in the room with the baby. She seems kind of like, oh, hi, what's up, buddy, or whatever the fuck. I think it's because you're gonna find out that he's the godfather to the child, and then that's what gives the trust. And then right when everything's about to pop off and they're leaving the planet because it's gonna be killed or broken or Galactus comes back or some bullshit, he's gonna be like, "Gotcha, bitch," and then take the kid and then take off on his own life raft, and then they're gonna go on their life raft. Like I 100% think this is how it's gonna go because it has to somewhat follow the whole fucking story. So if we remember the old Secret Wars, right? Galactus challenges this guy named the Beyonder, which is the guy that starts the Secret Wars from back in the day, right? And that guy literally just lays fucking Galactus out with a punch and then knocks him out. But during that whole time, Doctor Doom sees Galactus for the first time and is like, oh, the Beyonder. And he's like, I need that guy's powers. When Galactus comes for the first time, Doctor Doom's like, I need those powers. When the Silver Surfer showed up in the first movie, Dr. Doom was like, I need his powers. You remember that shit? Because he doesn't like to be like the second man in. He likes to be the dude. So I feel like in the second movie, he's going to do something fuck up and bring Galactus back, and then that's how the world gets destroyed. But in the process, he makes a life raft knowing that he's going to fuck up, and he steals the kid, and he's like, nah, I got you, bitch. I can go make my world anyways. I don't need this one. That's what I think what's going to happen. But we'll have to see how that plays out. It's really far out, and I don't think people are that dumb to write that stupid. So, yeah, Vince says, what if in Secret Wars, Doom kills off Peter Parker in the movies? That'd be fantastic. And then you just leave Miles, and then you have your Spider-Man for the new reboot. That's it.
I mean, it'd be a good direction to go to, right?
Yeah, I mean, well, that's the thing. Tom Holland wants out, and everybody wants Miles Morales because of the popularity in the new movies, right? I mean, that's just what it is. So I don't see it as a bad thing. But then again, it's like the whole generation of younger kids right now believe Miles is actually Peter Parker, not is Spider-Man, not Peter Parker, which is like, it's a lie. Peter Parker is the original Spider-Man, and Miles is like the clone thing going on, the new clone shit. So yeah, dude, I think it's very important that they keep the history and let people know. I hope that's what they're gonna do, but I don't know. Fuck them. Fuck them. Jeremy says, how do you feel about the X-Men reboot after Secret Wars? Well, technically, it wouldn't be a reboot anymore. This is going to be our actual representation of the X-Men based on Disney and Marvel, like based on the actual source. I could say it's a reboot because of the Fox entities, but those guys just like, that's the same thing. Like if Venom, if they made a movie Venom for Marvel without Sony being connected, would you call it a reboot, or would you be like, yes, finally, a real Venom movie? You know what I mean? I really think that it's not a reboot for the X-Men. I think, like, yes, we're finally getting the official Marvel X-Men movie. Like, this is fucking up as usual. But, yeah, dude, 100%. Like, I mean, in the current dynamic state of the MCU, like, are you excited for, if I was going to say, like, oh, dude, they're going to do an X-Men movie. Like, if they were to give you any X-Men movie, would you be excited? If Deadpool was not connected to it.
I mean, think of it like this. When X-Men debuted, it was with Fox, bro, and they were doing a decent job at it. Not great, right? And now we're going to get the Marvel version, like you said, of X-Men with the hopes of getting some of the people. I mean, what are the mainstream X-Men that you're going to want to see, right? I mean, you have fucking Gambit now making some hype around again. Nightcrawler, because he's going to be there too. But only because they popped up in the Deadpool movie. But what are they going to start the universe as, right? You're gonna start it with a fucking Cyclops that's fucking 50 running the school now.
You're gonna have to bring it all down, man. There was this comic book a while back, that was okay, mid, and it used a lot of like the younger characters again. It was called The Champions. And I think they did all right? But what they did was they had this whole like not time skip, but they had characters from, I'll pick it up right now. Marvel, Watch out. Okay, I gotta keep it here. I'm trying to find it. Okay, here we go. This is, I guess, the best representation of when the comic books first popped off. You had a young Cyclops. You had Miss Marvel, who is now an X-Men. You have Nova, Sam Alexander. You have Viv, the daughter of Vision, and Wanda, the first one. You have Miles. You have Amadeus Cho as the Hulk. Like, that's a pretty interesting roster. There's some other kids too. There's Falcon. There's the Wasp, or the daughter. There's the Patriot. Amadeus Cho looking weird as fuck. There's Ironheart. No one gives a fuck about. Here's the only Mexican in the group. The Lotus, Red Lotus, I think. And then Viv, and then whoever the fuck all these other weird kids are. But you know what I mean? Like, there they are. Like, yay. Like, you can see where they may use a couple of these characters in an interesting way, but, like, there's some X-Men there, and there's some other parts where the X-Men come up. But Cyclops is there only because of the fact that apparently there was, like, a portal that was opened up, and they brought a whole bunch of, like, the X-Men from the original X-Men from back in the day, and they came through, and then they stayed here. Like, they were like, what do we do, or whatever, and then, yeah, hey, we got a bunch of Teen Titan kids we can put you with, and there you go. But in your mind, you're like, yo, Cyclops is, like you said, like, he's like 50 in this world, bro. Like, it's weird to see, like I'm not gonna fucking talk shit about it, but the what's that guy, Bo DeBeo or whatever, that made the new X-Men film? Like, he turned Cyclops into this dude that was just a sexual deviant with anyone that was a Jean Grey. Like, Wolverine was a cuck. Like, he was a piece of shit in that one. But, like, anytime that there was a Jean Grey, like, Cyclops was like, oh, you're mine. Like, you're supposed to be mine because we're destined because you're mine. And it's like, now there is again, 17, 18-year-old, 16-year-old version of Jean Grey in the universe. What happens, do you think, when she runs into the adult Cyclops or adult Wolverine?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's exactly what was going on in the comics. Like, I think he ended up running into Wolverine, and Wolverine's like, it might have even been Old Man Logan, and he was like, oh, it's just so great to see you again. Like, oh, the way I remember you. And it's like, bro, Jean Grey's still alive. You remember her being old too. Why do you have to see her when she's young like this? It'd be weird. Like, God damn it. Like, look at a picture, God damn it. Like, don't be weird with this kid. Like, there was a bunch of weird shit when they do that. I'm telling you, bro, time travel is like the worst in the comic books. Michael C. Hall as the Beyonder. I don't know who that is. Who the fuck is Michael C. Hall as the Beyonder?
Isn't that the Dexter dude or no?
I'll tell Michael C. Hall. Yeah, you got it right on the button. Is it Beyonder? Yeah, right. Pretty much. Square jaw. You can pull that off. That'd be pretty dope. The Beyonder, I mean, if you go back, like, just look at this guy just doing his thing, and you type in the Beyonder Marvel, right? You can see it. Like, you can see it. Like, look at that face, chisel jaw. That's why a lot of people were assuming it was going to be Henry Cavill. If they do this, stupid fucking costume. Like, look at this shit. Look at this shit. Dumb ass motherfucking costume. Now this, though, the suit, I'm about that shit. Little Knight Rider action going on. White. Look at that little pop collar shit. Look at this dude. That's a key right there. He comes in and goes, what's up? I changed reality. Let me get you guys fight it out on the intergalactic fucking Dana White. Let's go, baby. Let's go. I'll be all right. That other suit, fuck that, dude. If this ends up being the picture, I'm like, nah, you guys go watch it.
I hope
you guys review it. I'll piggyback. I'll have a conversation about it maybe. But yeah, the Beyonder being wild. Javi says, how many Secret Wars are there? I'm not familiar with the story, but when I look it up, I see old school Star Wars Secret Wars. So technically, there's two. There was a one Secret Wars Part 1, and that was a little bit older, and that wasn't the popular one. It was the second one that was popular, or maybe I'm mistaken. So
that was the first one that was popular.
No, but that was there was two of them back in the day.
Yeah,
there was two of them. There wasn't just one of them. So there was like the old one. This is like the famous cover. Yeah. But like I think this was the second Secret Wars. Secret Wars.
I thought that one was a part of the first one. I don't know.
But it is. But like there was yeah. Here's Secret Wars 2. This one, the Beyonders, kind of like getting the band back together, guys. You know, fucking. So the first one was like, it's so stupid. The fucking first Secret Wars, he gets like 12 villains and 12 heroes, and he shows up and he's like, yo, you guys gonna bang it out, and whoever wins gets their wish. You know what I mean? And they're just like, what? They put him on another planet, which is Planet Battle World or whatever. And he's like, all right, bitches, like bang it out. And then they just like fuck off like the Hunger Games. And then it's just like little episodes, right? Then in Secret Wars 2, he comes in and he's like, what's up, getting the band back together? Let's get to banging again. But he's like, nah, but you know what? Like, I like you guys humans. You guys are cool. Like, I want to go to Earth and be a human. Then he gets like a human girlfriend and he doesn't want to get a job and can't pay his rent. Like, it's fucking stupid, bro. It's bad. Like, the Beyonder's a really weird cat. And then, of course, you have Secret Wars, right? Jonathan Hickman's Secret Wars. And this was fucking cinema, bro. I cannot even fathom the idea of them fucking this up as bad as they're going to do. Like, it's cinema. If any of you guys get a chance, Comic Historian or Comics Explained or maybe even Blurred comic book guy, all of them usually have some kind of, you know, if I was more dedicated, I'd give you guys a funny breakdown because I'd fuck this story up because I talk really weird. I would probably need to do a badass summary of it. But those guys break it down, and I tell people all the time, like, you're fucking missing out if you're not at least checking out the comic books in some kind of way, like absorbing it, because you guys would be totally blown away as to the way Civil War is in the comics compared to the way you saw Civil War in the MCU. Like, just that alone. Gore the God Butcher in Thor Love and Thunder, if you were to watch that or read that or check out the series in some way, you would be fucking blown away and be like, yo, why would they give Taika Waititi the run on this, man? Like, there was no way he was going to give us something this epic. For fuck's sakes, the Gore the God Butcher in the comic book torches and submits the god of torture. Like, you understand how fucking diabolical Gore the God Butcher has to be? A guy who's like, yo, I'm just here to kill gods. And he tortures the god of torture, the literal god of torture, and fucks his world up. Like, it is that good. There's even a comic book in that series called The God Bomb. Like, the God, you know what I mean? Like, that's a genius title, bro. The God Bomb. Like, that is a genius title. Like, they really fucking, they dumbed us down real bad for that film. But, yeah, Hickman gives us one fucking amazing run on this, which is, you know, what we are kind of anticipating, as in the sense of, like, me and Trigger and Brian, as to what they're supposed to give us. Like, to what they're supposed to give us. Like, we just don't want them to fuck this up. And they are. Marvel, if you're watching this, which I doubt you are, you're going to fuck this up.
And if you are watching, fuck you.
Yeah, if you are fucking, if you need help, just call me, bro. I got you. I'll go out there and I'll help you write some better shit, man. You don't got to even pay me that much. Pay me like
I just want royalties, bro. I just want royalties.
Man. You can pay me in corn dogs and royalties, bro.
Shit. Corn dogs and royalties. Damn.
You can fucking, goddamn, man. I'll make it work for you. Javi says, was that the Spider-Man black costume in that one? Yes, actually, that's where it even originated from. And it wasn't even a Venom outfit. It was just created in a weapons-making device that could amplify each character's powers. Apparently, like, you know, MacGuffin, they just go up to it and they're like, oh, my powers are this, this, and this. They print it and boom, it gives it to him. And his suit just turns black. And they're like, dude, you're black. You're perfect. And they were like, yeah, that's the way life goes. You know what I mean? Like, that's just it. So, of course, later on, they took that story, black costume, and were like, oh, dude, Venom would be great. Like, let's give him the Venom outfit and turn him into an emo kid that could dance while he walks down the street or whatever. And fucking hit his woman, or what does he do to Mary Jane? Doesn't he hit her and push her? You remember
shit,
that?
Yeah, I remember that shit.
Wild, bro. Crazy.
I don't know who the fuck I was talking to Nick about that on our podcast, bro.
What?
We were talking about, hey, which is the best Spider-Man? He's like, oh, the first one. I'm like, oh, so you support that third one, right? The whole Venom bullshit? Then I fuck that shit.
The wife beater or whatever.
I was like, I don't know, bro. I was like, Andrew Garfield's always going to be the man, bro. Fucking always.
Jeremy says, I want Kang back. And to erase the part of Ant-Man from my memory. Fuck, that's not going to happen, bro.
Bro,
Kang,
you know.
God damn it.
I like that part in Ant-Man, bro, when he's like, I am Kang. And then that was the only, like,
and then ants beat the shit out of him or whatever. Yeah,
that's it. You control ants. I'm like, damn. And then he fucking loses. I'm like, all right, you fucking with me, right? Like, this is what we're doing.
Yo, Javi remembers, bro. He should have married that chick, bro. He wouldn't even been fucking his life up, man. She was a way better chick, man, than that fucking Mary Jane chick in that movie, man. That chick was retarded, man. That chick, the landlord's daughter, that was like, "Hey, Peter, I brought you cookies," and he's like, "Sup, bitch," or whatever. Like, go make me a cookie. Or like, he would have been super good to her, dude. Like, that would have been his Helga or something. Forgot her name. She had a weird Russian name.
Is that like that fucking Starship Troopers when they talk about Dez?
Oh yeah, dude. We were talking about Ibanez and Dez, right? Where like this chick's like, "Hey Rico," like she's standing next to the picture of the fucking big window, and she's all like, "Hey, what's up? Isn't it beautiful? That's why I gotta break up with you," or whatever. And we're like, "Damn, bro." Dez followed the fucker all the way to infantry training. I was like, and he's like, "Whatever, Dez," or whatever. Like, and then later on, he's like, "Oh yeah, she's a girl." Oh yeah, like you know what I mean? What a fucking idiot. They wrote it so dumb. I love
fucking great, bro.
Johnny Rico, you're out there, bro. Let's play Casper and I'll play the game with you, dude, I promise.
Shit.
What do you think about Kang? I didn't like Kang. Like, I didn't like the idea of Kang. Like, Jonathan Majors as the actor did well, but like that character is just so fucking messy, dude. Like,
I mean, I think it did good when they were like incorporating it with Loki and the Council of Kangs and stuff. I think they really dropped the ball on Ant-Man, obviously, right? As a standalone, but I think because they built up the hype so good and they didn't focus on Ant-Man like they should have. You know what I mean?
Yeah, sure.
If they had done a better job producing than Ant-Man and so forth and saving the mom, or even they just fucking left the mom there, bro. Like, because at that time it was the whole thing with the Shang-Chi. Oh, the rings are beeping. They're sending a signal from another thing. You know what I mean? It was very gappy. Like you would just connect your own dots, and then once they started connecting dots, it just didn't make sense. You know what I mean?
Yo, but I mean, even with that, like I told people a long time ago, like the very first mention that anyone had ever told me, like, "Oh, Kang's gonna be the big baddie," I was like, "Yep, they're gonna fuck it up, dude." Because even during that time, I thought we had barely got in like 2015, like a coherent Kang story that made some sense. Other than that, the only thing this guy ever did was he came back to unfreeze Captain America to make sure that Captain America on the timeline always makes it to where he is the king in the future. Like he ends up conquering. That's the whole thing about Kang the Conqueror. But he needs for everything to play out. And there was like the stories where like, oh, Captain America wasn't thought out and superheroes were different. And he always comes back and he's like, "I came to free Captain America, who's necessary for Kang the Conqueror to conquer in the end." And I'm like, all right, Saturday morning cartoon, chill the fuck out. Bro. You know what I mean? Like, so when they were like, "Oh, dude, Kang's coming as a major villain, he's gonna be the next Thanos," I was like, how, bitch? Like, tell me, like, how is he supposed to do that? But there was a comic book where like they had it to where Kang was constantly coming back as like all of those different characters in the ending of the film. Man, I don't even give a fuck about all their names. And then they run into Iron Lad, and Iron Lad was a
version of Kang from the
universe. Who ends up being like Iron Man or some shit like that.
Yeah.
And then he ends up being like, "Well, I'm a hero, bang, bang, bang," and fucks them all over in the end, right? Mm-hmm. But even with that, I was like, yo, who the fuck cares about this guy? Like, how interesting, I guess, people will give me this shit, because even the movie sucked. How interesting is it to know that there's a dude with a chair that can go anywhere in time and knows exactly what you're going to do and when you do it, and hits the writing spot where the writers are like, "Oh yeah, well, Kang fought Iron Man and knew he was going to lose, so he just went 3 days back and fucked him up in elementary or whatever." You know what I mean? Or they got his fucking parents to just not meet. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's the way they would treat this character. And of course he's a fucking joke. You know what I mean? To write a character of this caliber or this kind of nature, you would need to write and be at least somewhat knowledgeable in like some type of quantum physics. Like, you would need to know how to like transcend time and then know how to like intertwine that into a very cool story. Like all these Kangs fighting each other, and then at the very end, it was like Kang's mom who figured it out, and she was the ultimate of the Kangs, and like deleted one of the major ones who ends up doing something. You know what I mean? Or you know what I mean? And then you're like, holy fuck, what a twist! You know what I mean? But if you're just a fucking dude and you're like, yep, travels through time and shoots guns, you're gonna be like,
wait, so you're telling me out of Kang, bro, you didn't get a kick out of him like in the Loki series and shit? Because I thought that was kind of cool. It was like the early versions, the early versions of Kang. You know what I mean?
It's okay, but like, it's always like a cheap write-off to be like, oh, well, if this Kang, I forgot his name, like Robert something, or I don't know what his fucking name was, Robert Lively or Lively or something. He had like a weird name, right? Timely or something.
Victor Timely, yeah.
Victor Timely. Victor Timely, he wrote the book of the TVA, but he didn't create the TVA. Then who created the TVA? And blah, blah, blah. And they're going to be like, well, it was that King. Fuck him. Like that one. Number 900, 656. And you're like, oh my goodness, he built it. Kang built it. Oh, you could just be like, well, if he wasn't there, then who put this remote in my hand? And be like, haha, later on, and be like, got you, bitch. Like, I don't need an excuse. I don't need a reason on how. I just need to show you a picture on how he did it. And you're like, whoa, my mind is blown. There's so much shit on TV. Like, fuck that, dude. Like, fuck that easy writing bullshit. I hate that so much, dude. The only time that I thought that was good was like that elevator scene in the Loki show when someone like pushes him and he like falls over and fuck. It's like at the very end and it ends up being it was him who pushed himself over. And in my mind, I was like, fucking thing got me with your bamboozled time travel bullshit, dude. Like, god damn it. Oh, it was me. I was my own grandfather or whatever the fuck. I fucking despise that shit. But they got me in that fucking show because they wrote it kind of good. And I was like, well, who the fuck pushed him? And I was like, it's got to be that Sylvie bitch because that's like, it's Loki, but not Loki, so it's okay to fuck her or whatever. I don't even know, dude. Like, I was so fucking wrong. And I was like, maybe it was a manager at McDonald's she was working for. Like, I was just like, god damn it. Dude, manager at McDonald's. Yeah, dude. There was so many just dumb shits that were just in it, man. And then all of a sudden it was like, it was me all along. I pushed me, and I was like, "Oh fuck!"
That's not reverse flash shit. It was me, Barry.
It was me, Barry. When you were making out with that girl and you came early, it was me. I jerked you off or whatever. God damn it, dude! Because it's like it doesn't make sense because it's a time loop, right? It's the whole Ouroboros bullshit or whatever. Yeah. And again, this is oh man, it's the fucking it's the Back to the Future idea, right? You remember Back to the Future, right?
Yeah, of course.
Do you remember the one when it's like he's in the tunnel with fucking Biff or whatever, and they're using the skateboards, and he's on the car, he's in the car or whatever? There was a bunch of times where Doc just knew where to be.
Yeah.
You want to know why? Because he killed Morty a bunch of times already.
Marty died.
Morty. Because he kills him. That's why I keep telling people he killed Marty a bunch of times, and he was like, "Oh fuck, missed him." Back to the Future, Back to the Future, Back to the Future. Every time he jumps and lands on the car in some way or does some shit that he doesn't look, 100 million times Doc let him die to get it just right. Because again, you have to really consider this. In the scene in the tunnel, he goes all the way through the tunnel and it's closed off. And Marty was like, I'm just going to take him through the tunnel and I'm going to escape. And then he knows he has to come back. So that means when Doc meets him at the end, he knew he was going to come back to the fucking end of the tunnel. There was no way he was going to know that because the tunnel's closed off, which means Marty got fucking killed a couple of times. They had to get that shit just right. That's the fucking time traveling shit with the Al Qaeda guys with the rocket launchers. He knew he had to take off. How did he know? Because that dude's died a couple of times, bro.
Hey, bro, you're my friend, but you just fucked up that movie for me.
Yeah, I fucking 100% fucked up that movie. But you know what I mean, right? Now that you think about it, like, wait a minute, yeah. How did he know to go back and get him? Yeah. Like, how do you know? And he said, yeah, because he died a bunch of times in that movie. Now you go back and watch how many times Doc saves him in a way. Mm-hmm. Like, and that's why, because he's fucking killed him a bunch of times. That was like when he goes into the future and Doc knows exactly the size of clothes he wears. Because he had probably got him there the first time and got him killed or beat up and killed. And then he had to be like, oh, fuck, I got to get him a costume. You know what I mean? Like, oh, fuck. You know what I mean? Like, oh, shit, it's just a bunch of fuck ups over and over again. Doc just killed a bunch of these kids. He's going back and taking them out of the timeline.
Oh,
That's
Jesus,
Kang
bro.
the Conqueror, bro. That's fucking Kang the Conqueror. He's like, oh,
That
fuck, I
is
got my ass
so
kicked by the
good.
Avengers. Let me go back 10 minutes and just wipe them out. You know what I mean? You catch them when they're on the couch without their fucking communicators going off. Or let me go do the Thanos, the fucking
The baby.
shit. Yeah, dude. Fuck, dude, I hate it so much, dude. I hate Kang the Conquering and whatever it is, Kang the Conquering or whatever it is. Like, but you get what I'm saying, right? You see how easy it is for a time traveling character to just like ruin everything, and it just be like, oh, guys, I'm sorry. Marvel did a thing where it's the Avengers. Time runs out. Kang's the villain, but the movie's only 20 minutes long because Kang just goes back and like kills their parents, each one of them, and it's just him going back and just killing all their parents. Then you're like, oh shit, that's fucking mean, dude. And then you're like, oh fuck, maybe in the future, no, because they're already all wiped out. But thank God there's like 700 other multiverses. We can just grab the Avengers from there, and then they're all. God damn it, dude, I hate that shit.
That's some fucking DC Legends of Tomorrow bullshit. We pulled you off because y'all don't matter for the timeline, bitches. It doesn't matter if y'all fucking Suicide Squad 2.0.
I heard last week in Reddit, they had this thing going on where they were like, yo, Marvel is willing to pay someone $10,000 if you can give us an idea on how we get rid of all the Kangs in that one building. David, what would you do?
Shit. Like when they were in the arena?
Yeah, when they're celebrating, all the Kangs are coming. Like, you know what I mean? Like all the fucking infinite number of multiversal Kangs that are just hanging out in an arena or whatever.
If you're putting me on the spot, bro, you're putting me on the spot with no planning. I would just want to see Galactus fucking spawn up and just start fucking them up and stomping on them, bro.
Yeah. I was like, yeah, kind of like there's a thing that happens like that with, again, mind you, there's a lot of unoriginality in comic books, and with the Council of Kangs, there is a Council of Reeds and there's a Council of Dooms. Mind you, they're all the stupidest shit I probably said in one sentence before. You know, you're just like, what? Like, why would you need all that shit? You know what I mean? Like, that sounds ridiculous. Yeah, but that's the way these comic book writers, they just think it's a great idea for all these fucking idiots to meet together, even though the smartest dudes. The Reeds, the Council of Reeds, they have a bunch of dumbass looking versions of them. They all get fucked by these guys called the Mad Celestials. Just pop up and laser all of them, dude. Yeah. The Kangs get killed by another Kang and another group of Kangs that Kang them to death or whatever. It's stupid, bro. Like, it just sounds dumb. And then the other one was the Dooms. The Dooms are fucking, oh my God. So all the Dooms get captured by another Doom. Or is it Reed? I don't even know. I think it might be the fucking the Reed, the villain guy with the long head, the Maker or whatever. And he just lobotomizes him and keeps him in his basement.
Jesus Christ!
Like he's just like, nah, man, we ain't fucking around, fam. Like, this guy's out. He's a wild card. I'm just gonna cap him when he's not looking. I'm gonna fucking chloroform his ass. And I'm just gonna fucking shove a needle in his eye, and knock him out. And I'm just gonna keep him standing in my basement, talking, drilling out of their mouths. Like, that's what he does. And I'm like, wow, that's kind of smart, actually, man. Kind of smart to do with a dude like that. But yeah, what would you do? So you would want Galactus to come in and just laser him?
I mean, if I had to pick on what's going on now, I would feel comfortable seeing Galactus just go and trying to fuck them all up, and that's it.
Like, it'd be funny if, like, since Storm or the Silver Surfer hit him into the teleporter, right? Like, let's say he teleports into that room and he just, like, swashes all of them with his ass, dude.
Yeah, 100%,
like,
bro.
Just, like, and then smears all the blood because he, like, smears his ass all through him, and he's like, oh, what's all this red shit or whatever, you know what I mean? Like, they might as well, dude, fucking ruin everything for us, please, dude. Just give us some comedy for once, bro. Give us some stupidity.
And bro, just like when that,
when I saw that shit, I was like, no, fucking leave him there, dude. I don't give a shit. Like, there you go. Finished it. They were just like, oh, well, yeah, we just left them in that arena they were all teleporting into. There's no way out. Like, you know what I mean? Just like, whoops, there's no way to get out of this. There's a different frequency and you just can't escape. You can get in. We call it the portal of Chinese finger trap or whatever, where you put your finger in and don't take it out. Welcome. And they're like, no, we're all trapped and shit. Fuck them. I mean, they didn't really explain anything else in any of these movies. So,
no.
Yeah, so goddamn, bro. Can you imagine that shit? Like,
Jesus.
In the comments it says, "Oh, well, Javi's talking about Vince is like Javi's David's cooking." That's so funny. Javi says he seems to be very comical. Yeah, the Kang character is a little dumb. Vince says in the Avengers Doomsday, I want to see Doom show up in the area of Kangs and kill all of the Kangs, showing Doom is a big badass. That's how kind of a lot of people are kind of like in that same boat, right? Like a lot of people are in this concept, and in the comic books, there is the Owen Reese, right, which is the Molecule Man in the Secret Wars, and in the Secret Wars comic, Doom goes around and starts collecting all the Owen Reeses because they're the pinnacle person of the universe. You know how they're always talking about the anchor being or whatever.
Yeah.
But the Celestials, the Beyonders, made the anchor beings to explode on the planet and wipe it out and erase everything when the time comes. So I was like, well, what if they're doing that with the Kangs? Like that they're getting this like astronomical power and they kind of time travel and ruin like entire planets and galaxies and shit. Remember how they were talking about how they can like this one person who's a normal dude, mind you, can like wipe out an entire galaxy of people or whatever. Remember that shit?
Mm-hmm.
Like what if that was the dude that they were like, oh, well, every universe has a Kang, and he's put there on purpose by the Celestials to destroy it one day. Then, mind you, it makes sense for Doom to show up and either control them and get them ready to turn them into a giant bomb to take out the Beyonders, or he just fucking shows up and wipes them out, and then you're like, holy shit, I remember this guy got beat by ants, and here's Doom wiping him out, dude. It's like, damn, he's got to be strong. Or I was like, I guess. You guys asking by ants, bro. It doesn't really like that's what they left you at. He literally, okay, mind you, we're about to break everyone's fucking Kang heart right now. Dude. Kang literally tells Ant-Man, "Are you the one with the hammer?"
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Explaining to us that he's met Thor. That's literally what that means. And if you're like, oh, maybe he's talking about Captain, no, don't give me bullshit. That's just it's Thor. That's what he's talking about. Minding you, and he's like, well, it doesn't matter. I've killed you all before, right?
Yeah.
Loses a fucking fist fight against a out of job single dad, dude. That gets only weekends working at Baskin Robbins and only gets weekends with his daughter, mind you, bro. Like he loses a fucking fist fight against that dude. A fucking fist fight, dude. And then ants. And then fucking ants. Who the fuck is scared of this guy? What are you gonna meet? He's gonna meet with a bunch of his other versions and take over. Fuck, I hope he doesn't meet a whole bunch of other ants. You know what I mean? To kick his fucking ass. Or meet a bunch of dudes that fucking worked at Baskin Robbins to kick his fucking ass. Who's he tricking, man? Who's he tricking? I don't know. I didn't feel, man, they fucked that character up so bad, dude. Like, you know what I mean? Like, when you think of it that way.
It was good hype, bro. So,
huh?
It was good, like leading up to it, and then
what did Kang do? That Marvel was like, get ready, folks, get ready. Kang, Brian, what's up, bro? Good to see you. How was SummerSlam, man? I hope it was good, bro. I hope it was good. Like, what did they do to sell us that Kang was this like overarching character that was gonna be like the next Thanos? Like, he again. With the idea that in his movie with Ant-Man and Quantumania, loses a fist fight against a single man, single father, working at Baskin Robbins, only getting his kid on the weekends, and then loses to an old man who can like fetch ants, bro. Like who can play fetch with ants. Like how is that supposed to be the big baddie? Thanos knocks all the we don't even know how he could have just swung his nuts at everybody and knocked all the Asgardians out, dude. And then fist fights the Hulk and knocks the fucking shit out of the Hulk. Like they set him up great. Fucking kicks Thor's ass. Brock Lesnar's back. Like, was that dope or is that a good thing? Tell me that was a good thing. I don't even know that's good. Vince Weaver says, was the Ant-Man 3 suit better than the last two movie suits? Fuck if I know, bro. He worked at Baskin Robbins, brother. Like, it didn't even work in the end of the movie. This fucking suit didn't even work. God damn it. Yeah, no, I think it was the same fucking suit from the second movie. It had to be the same suit. Had to be the fucking same.
It had to be the same one.
Yeah, 'cause we didn't see any modifications. They built the daughter's suit. The daughter's a rebel, bro. She out there doing some fucking protesting, doing some shit. She's hard, bro. She's hard. She's fucking teaching all the guys that have fucking degrees and doctrines and fucking quantum mechanics how to fix shit out of high school, bro. Because she's edgy and shit. Get out of here with that stuff, man. That was Quantumania, so. But like, yeah, I could never. Even to this day, I think I saw someone the other day post up that there's like a possibility that Jonathan Majors might make his return, like to kind of like end the Kang series. And again,
kill off Kang.
yeah, kill off his characters and bring it back and be like, hey, dude, we'll pay you $50. Just come in and wipe out, dude. Like you fucked up real bad. Like I know we got it cleared out, but it's too much, man. We can't handle it. Johnny Depp's gonna play your role now, dude.
No shit.
Johnny Depp, after all his bullshit, they bring him back, but not this guy. Yeah, there's a rumor that's going around that he might come back, and yeah, we all know that now that Robert Downey Jr. is back in the movie, there's no way they're gonna be like, yeah, fucking Kang's back. He's the major villain now. They'll probably, if they do, he may be like I said before, like someone that plays a supporting cast member in the Secret Wars series when they do Battle World and all that shit's going on. But like, nah, they ain't gonna bring back the Kang storyline. All that shit's wiki. It's all dirty.
Done.
There's what?
No, I said it's done. Kang storyline's done.
The only other thing I could see what happens is like there was the development of the three Kangs. The other one's the one that was like Hemotep or whatever.
Yeah, Ramtub and whatever the fuck. Yeah.
And then the Red Guardian or whatever, and then whatever the fuck the other guy was. They were all weird looking. There was that, right? So maybe like let's say like the Doctor Doom of this storyline shows up and fucking shoots all the basic bitches off, like and kills all the other Kangs, and then he's like the last three are like, oh, we could help, you know what I mean? Like they can do their mamadas, right? And that fills roles in the Secret Wars story because Doctor Doom has generals that are X-Men. Like we're always talking about this, he has people that take over like the Battle World continents that are all in different stories, and there are characters from the MCU that are not the X-Men universe that these guys probably aren't going to use, so they could use those three Kangs and still have them in there. And then Vince is like, imagine the reboot of the MCU where we get a new Kang played by Amber Heard. Fuck yeah!
I was reading that shit, bro.
Who's gonna take Amber Heard broken, bro? I got a bunch of guys that are like, yeah, I'll fuck with that. She's hot as shit. She can take a shit in my bed and cut my finger off or whatever. I don't give a fuck. I like him toxic, then. I like him toxic.
I like him
toxic, man. They're like, nah, man, my girl just keys my cars and throws bricks to it, but it's cool. I can pay for that shit. I can pay for it or whatever. Yeah, I think it's super crazy. It's interesting. I think Limon made the post earlier about superhero fatigue.
Yeah, right? Superhero fatigue. Yeah.
What are your takes on superhero fatigue? You think it's like do you think it's actually like a phenomenon that's going on where people are kind of like just tired?
I think it's writer's fatigue, bro. Just because, like, in a sense, and this is the only reason I say it, and it's my experience, obviously. I don't know. Do you remember that Disney movie, bro? Up and Away, where a kid doesn't have powers and shit. It's like an old Disney movie, bro. Yeah.
Let me look it up.
It's super old. So, anyways, it was one of those like early 2090s movies, bro. And it was comical because at that time, all we really had were those really early, X-Men movies and so forth, right? Those early Supermans and stuff. And we enjoyed it a lot more. And once we got into this universe, it's just we want a storyline that connects. But where I think they should focus on is they should focus on the ending and reverse it. Instead, right now, they're just trying to make the story as it goes and then get to the ending. You know what I mean?
See, I didn't even remember this movie.
Yeah, it was old. Nah, it was fucking garbage, bro. But it's entertaining. It's entertaining. You know what I mean? It came out like in what, like 99, 98 or whatever?
Yeah, 2000.
Oh, fuck. Okay, we're close enough. I was fucking young as fuck. You know what I mean? So
it's crazy. You gave me like a whole ass like psychedelic like group from back in the day called that.
Yeah.
And it's called The Fifth Dimension, and their album was called Up and Away, or their song.
Yeah, and I'm telling you, bro.
But no, this was here, and there's like, and they have, what is it like? They have like a roster of superheroes, and it looks like it's like diverse characters. There's like black characters and Mexicans and all this other stuff.
Yeah, it was just basically their kid didn't have superpowers, and that's it.
Their kids didn't.
Like their kids, at a certain age, their kids get superpowers, but their kid never got superpowers, basically.
Oh, so it was like their version of Sky High.
Kind of their version of Sky High, but in Sky High, the dude ended up getting powers. If I remember correctly, I don't think the kid ever got powers, and he was pretending and shit.
Yeah, everyone's flying, and they just have this fucking kid in a sweatshirt, like in the poster with them all normal and shit.
Yeah,
I didn't remember that shit. That's crazy.
that's check it out. But I mean, it was back then, bro. Like, because it was more comedic writing. It was like those early days of like Superman, Batman, Keaton, Batman. You know what I mean?
Bronze Age kind of characters. Yeah, I can see that.
And then obviously, as we got older and technology grew, we got Iron Man, Captain America, and then someone said, "Hey, it'd be fucking cool if we put all this shit together and make fucking Endgame." You know what I mean?
Yeah. Let's fucking push its limits and shit. Because I was like back in the day with like X-Men and the fucking Fantastic Four and like Spider-Man and like there was even like in the X-Men movie in like a behind the scenes, and it's so crazy to see it because it's like a dream. I remember when I was a kid and I saw it and I was like, whoa, because I thought it was like, I don't know why, like I always thought it was like illegal to do that shit. Like, but I guess I was younger and I was more dumb or whatever. X-Men, let's see. They had this scene, right, where, and it's real too, like, it's not fake, right?
Yeah.
Share screen. That one. This part.
Oh yeah, where he shows up because they were filming.
Yeah, where it's one of the, I think it's like Hugh Jackman, or someone shows up wearing like the Spider-Man outfit, and he's like, "Oops, wrong movie" or whatever the fuck. Like, I just don't want to click on it, but it's not gonna show it. Yeah, it's not gonna show. Like, and it was really funny, and I remember seeing. Oh yeah, there's the movement version of it, right? I remember seeing this, and then the character James Masterson turns around, acts like he's chasing him, and all this stuff. And in my brain, I thought it was illegal to cross the streams like that because Fox and Sony, even the concept of them doing this, like, Stan Lee was still alive. Like, who gave permission to do this? Even in the bloopers, like, I don't want any other superhero here because it's, you know what I mean? Like, it's kind of muddy waters because of all the shit that was going on. Not government, but like, lawyers wise and all this shit. But man, I remember when I saw this, I was like, yo, I wonder if there's like an Easter egg. After this, I fucking flipped balls and I was like, I'm going to go back and like cell by cell, go through like each scene of the shot and break it down. I really thought they were going to do some fucking cool shit, right?
And what did they do? What did they do?
Huh? No, there's not. There's not anything. I thought it was cool though. But like, it's like you said, like back in the day, these movies, for what it's worth, were great. Like they were good for what we had at that moment. Like we were ecstatic for what we gave us, even though like you go back and watch it now and it doesn't really like hold water in the sense of like, that you read it or watch it and you're kind of like, oh, it's a little goofy and a little out of pocket, and the characters are really like real comic booky and dumb and shit like that. But you're right in the sense of like, this is what's missing from the new movies.
Yeah.
Like this, the little I don't take it too serious shit is missing. And what we got with the Fantastic Four was a little bit in this nature, but they're still like doing a lot of this like shit where they're like, "Ooh, but feel bad for this guy, and look at the way he acted." There was no character development. There was no fun to these characters. There's nothing about it that makes them superheroes other than they save a cat or they save a kid. And it's like, that's not why, like, in comic books, do you only watch comic books or play video games to see the little action that they do? Or is it the story that builds and the character development that adds to the action? You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of hard to explain. It's really, really difficult for me to think. I'm trying to.
So I compare the same thing, bro, to like the Spider-Man origins. We know how Spider-Man gets his powers, right? Yeah. But for Tom Holland, they never explained it. You know what I mean? It's implied, right? Mm-hmm. So that's the thing. So Fantastic Four, they're like, you kind of have an idea how Fantastic Four gets their powers, but we're gonna give it to you. But we're gonna give it to you in, quickly, and then
yeah. See, that was better than Superman. Superman didn't even give us nothing, man.
No.
I think it was
Superman.
you haven't really seen the Superman movie or the
I haven't
Fantastic
seen the
Four, but
beginning of it. No, just the action part. Yeah.
Superman. I was just talking to one of my good friends, Alexis, about this earlier, and Dennis too. Um, Superman was it felt super rushed. It felt like in the very beginning of the movie, even though you get like a cool like a rolling font like credit title screen, 300 years we had metahumans, 30 years we had Superman born, 5 to 10 years we've had Superman, and then all of a sudden fucking the commercial. That's it. Superman lands, splashes in the snow, calls the dog, gets pulled, and right when he gets pulled, we out of us not having it for like fucking 15 years. Like an automated Fortress of Solitude comes out of the ground and like fucking awesome. And I was like, holy shit, like what the fuck? That's the Fortress of fucking Solitude. That would be the equivalent to me being like, yo, come over to the Treehouse of Justice and I take you out to a little clubhouse having a tree in the back. Like, hey, there's something special. You're gonna be like, why do you call it the Treehouse of Justice? Like, chill out, bro. Like, it's just a treehouse. Like, no, this is the Fortress of Solitude. Like there's something like it's special. It really is in the comic books. Like it's very, very special. And we even know, like, do you even like just by chance? I know like comic books are like, couple, you've been in some historical factors of it, you do know some comic books and stuff. Are you familiar with how Superman establishes the Fortress of Solitude? Like in your mind, you know how it builds it?
No.
So like in the old school movies and in some of the comic books, he gets a crystal from the ones that his dad gives him. And he where he finds his place, he smashes it. And then the crystals start evolving and start manifesting the fortress. And that's where you get like all the jagged crystals because of the little ones they use for like the memory. Remember how they use it for the computer back in the old one?
Yeah.
Like that's where that's established. In other parts, it's like, the Zack Snyder story. It's the, apparently people are saying it was the ship, right? The ship he got there in, which if that was his ship, like, I don't know how the fuck he landed that bitch in Kansas. You know what I mean? It's a fucking mothership or whatever, but all right, we'll let it slide. But there's usually some type of like, I'm going to say this as like a ceremonial action as to creating that place. And the moment this movie starts, boom, there's a fortress. You're like, holy fuck, is that the fortress? Like, whoa, how's it moving out of the ground? There's so many questions you have. And then it's like, nah, fuck you don't get answers. You just have to accept it. You're like, oh, all right, fuck me, I guess, right? And then the dog's taking him. The dog just screams and the fucking door opens up. And I'm like, wait, what? Like how'd the door open up? They explain that a little later, but I think it's cheesy. There's so many other cool ways. There was this, did you ever see the comic book with the key?
No.
See that? That's so cool, bro. Like they have a key for the fortress, and Superman has it. He has like a rug. He's a Kansas boy. So
Oh,
like
yeah.
And he flips it. It's in Batman. He picks up the key and turns it, and he puts the key back down. And he's like, "Really, Clark? Like, really? That's your security system? A fucking key? Like, really, bro?" And he's like, "Oh well, I made the key in like a dying star, so it's like it's ridiculously fucking heavy." Like he lays it on the ground, and there's like an embedded fucking like fucking chasm where the key sits in, like a fucking mold of it, and Batman can't even fucking grasp it or whatever. And he was like, "Hey, fuck you, man! Like I hate you, bro! Like I hate you. It's so simple but smart." And it's true. It's just so like it's so witty, like to write that character that way, right?
Mm-hmm.
But in the fucking movie, like the dog just goes up and looks at it, and goes, "Bro," and then the doors open up, and you're like, "Oh, it's voice activated." And then later on, Lex Luthor, like literally, like in the next two shots, like fucking Lex Luthor shows up and he just stands at the door with his little team and it just opens up and you're like, wait a minute, it's not voice activated. And then they're like, oh, it's because you got to have some DNA, bitch, or whatever the fuck. And it's like, well, why didn't it open? Why did it need the dog to bark when the fucking two Kryptonians were standing? It should have opened up like a fucking Walmart door. You know what I mean? Like, why did they have to wait? But that's just nitpicking, right? But the moment he goes into the Fortress of Solitude in the beginning of the movie, one of the villains just lands and goes, "You're right, boss. He does have a fortress. We're gonna get the address and all this shit." And he's like, "Well, get inside, bitch. Like, what are you doing?" Like, you know what I mean? And it's like, wait, how did they know that he had a fortress? Like, how did they know he had anywhere to go? Like, you would assume he's just a dude in the city he'd probably find his apartment first because everyone knows he's practically fucking Superman in the movie. Like you would think that Lex Luthor was smart enough to be like, oh, that's that fucking reporter guy, right? Like there's no way he's not. And just follow his ass home. Followed him all the way to fucking Antarctica, right? Like, why don't you follow him a couple blocks and get there? I don't know. There's a bunch of dumb shit that happens in the movie, man. But yeah, trekking wise, the movie's not doing. The Superman's doing almost okay, and Fantastic Four is like not at all. We're just talking about it, but yeah. Yeah, man. I don't know really what else I could kind of bring up other than there's one thing. Being that we're talking about Spider-Man 1, they're already talking about developing Spider-Man 2 already. Or no, it's not Spider-Man, Superman. Superman 2 already is in development. So I don't know what that means in the sense of like I don't think they're filming anything or whatever. But I just think they're kind of coming together with it. But yeah, dude, Superman 2. I think they're gonna do it better in the next one. Like the next one coming up, I think they nail it.
Well, I mean, you got to think of it, bro. So, like in Peacemaker season 2, they're talking about their interdimensional travel, right? So they're gonna just kind of set it up and then connect the universes. So they might be in the drafting stage if it's received well, though.
That's
point. Because think of it, bro. You're gonna trust fucking Peacemaker to travel in between fucking galaxies, bro.
And I was literally just gonna ask you, like, as like a chill dude that watches this stuff whenever you get a chance and stuff like that, and you're into it, like your kid's into it and stuff, and you sell things and items, and it's cool. How do you feel about that? That this is where James Gunn was like, yeah, I'm going to use this fucking idiot dude with a racist dad, and I'm going to make him be the reason why we explain the multiverse of my current MCU, DCU, magnified me running the Warner Brothers version of the DC universe. This is what I'm going to do. Like, this is where I introduce it. This character, this specific idiot is going to show that, hey, there's a multiverse. How do you feel about that?
Well, I mean, hopefully, right, there's a good backstory to it. But, I mean, they're playing it off the emotional part, which has always been a big DC thing, bro, because it's like Barry, right? Barry's always running back for his fucking chick or his dad or a death, so they're going to capitalize on the emotional part, which is understandable. But if you're going to use Peacemaker as it, bro, it's like using Ant-Man, dog. You know what I mean?
Yeah, to do some stupid, like even worse than Ant-Man.
When he rang the fucking doorbell and he's like, it's me. You know what I mean? Like, it's the same concept, bro.
In my brain, it's literally if you were going to use, like, I don't know, bro, like the Mexican guy in Ant-Man to explain there's a multiverse. That's what Peacemaker's situation is like. Like, he is such a low level. He just carries a gun, like just a normal fucking dude. And this is how you're going to establish, like, the Shazam doors situation. Like, this is the shit, like, you're going to do, like, give it to Wonder Woman. Give it to fucking Dr. Fate. Give it to someone, Constantine, for fuck's sakes. God, give it to fucking Batman for something. Like, do not have it be the idiot character that's supposed to be a dude, the Punisher, bro. Like, can you imagine if Marvel was like, oh yeah, instead of using Doctor Strange for a multiverse movie, it's going to be the fucking Punisher. You're going to be like, what?
No shit.
What? Like, even Daredevil, dude. Like, fuck, even Daredevil would be a fucking worse idea. You're not going to do that with a street level character as an idiot.
Yeah.
But there's James Gunn.
Hey, you never know, bro. I mean, I don't want to diss it. I don't see it right now, obviously, right? But I mean, hey, I haven't read DC enough to understand, the writing aspect of it, right? The source material. I haven't read the source material on DC, but I know zero. I know a little bit of Marvel, but I know zero DC material.
I highly doubt that there's really anything in the whole, like, 0 point teleportation or, like, other world shit that Peacemaker has in his fucking 3-bedroom Kentucky Fried House in the middle of Oregon. Fucking helmet. That he just has to happen a fucking closet door that goes to, like, the 52 universes that connect to the DC. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's the dumbest fucking way. But it's like, this is why I despise James Gunn. Because he just has this shit where he's like, well, the entire Snyderverse failed. And I jumped in at the tail end with it with Peacemaker. And I want to fucking fire every other character because I think they suck and Snyder did a bad job. But I'm going to keep mine, though. John Cena and my little cast, they were fucking amazing. I fixed that. It's me. Me. And he's like, that. I'm gonna sneak him into the new universe. Blue Beetle, fuck that kid, he's out. But these guys for sure they're in it because I'm taking care of them. And they're like, but it doesn't make sense because that character was talking shit about Momoa and Flash, and they all showed up at the end. Like, you chose to put those characters in knowing that they were a part of the Snyderverse, and that's why you chose those actors. And he's going to be like, nah, multiverse.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, nah, Kang the Conqueror.
Yeah.
No, Kang the Conqueror.
But I mean, they've done worse. I mean, they left off with the Flash, a different Batman and bullshit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that was fucking horrible.
But like, I mean, I haven't seen Superman. Just what I've seen, it's enjoyable. Maybe I'll feel different when I see the movie, bro. But if they have to do a really, really good job of making Peacekeeper the Loki, bro. You know what I mean?
Oh, like, yeah, but how, dude? Like, that's even
bro. I don't see the how, bro, because at least Loki had, he was a god. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I'll give him that credit. Yeah.
This is literally just John Cena not wrestling.
And I think that's the whole hype, bro, is because he carries so much of a crowd. He was well received in season 1. So they're like, hey, you know what? We'll just piggyback off his fame.
Yeah,
fuck it.
100%. This is why there's a bunch of people saying Superman is like the greatest film on the planet. Because people like that. Like, they don't want to be critical and hold people that create art accountable when they make bullshit. Can you imagine? It's like that one dude that duct taped a banana to the wall and someone bought it for $3 million. Like, fuck that guy. Fuck that guy and fuck that artist for making that shit up. Like, let him, bro. That's the fucking what is it? Not Bitcoin, but the shit that was like the clip art shit that people were selling for a bit. What was that stuff? NFTs or
NFTs, yeah.
That was like NFTs, bro. Fuck those guys, dude. The Bitcoin guys or the ones that do coins that don't work, fuck those guys. Like, that's all those dudes. Like, it's a bunch of people that are never held accountable for their fucking bullshit actions. And then it's just a bunch of hype men around them that fucking bamboozle other people, dude. Money laundering. 1,000,000%. And he makes a good point. Javi makes a good point because Brian made a really fucking excellent point. If you look at the slate that James Gunn put together, tell me how that's supposed to build a coherent DC universe. Like, have you seen the slate?
I saw. I haven't reviewed it, but I saw when it came out when they were introducing everything or whatever. James Gunn.
I'll bring it up now. I'll share with us. So, let's say it's this one. Yes, this is it. I'm gonna open this in a new, and then I'm gonna share it here so that way we can see a big. Oops. Back. Nope. Here we go. There.
Wow.
Fucking all over the place, baby. Go this one. Yes, and then I can go. Let me see. Did I do this the last time?
Is that the circle one?
The circle one, right?
The circle one.
I gotta go here. Right, there we go. Watch. Boom. There we go. This is welcome back, folks. We're really happy about this shit. I'm gonna leave that there for a minute. That's kind of funny, but it's this one, right? So there we go. In this slate, I'm gonna move mine over here so I can see it. So here we are. Creature Commando, as we've seen. Superman Legacy, which just dropped. Peacemaker's coming. Supergirl I Drank Too Much is coming. The Green Lantern show.
I drank too much.
A movie called Waller, bro. Waller. And then Paradise Lost, which is probably Wonder Woman or something. Booster Gold. Sergeant whoever the fuck. Clayface, I don't know why. The Brave and the Bold, which the R is done as the first Robin. What is it? Dick Grayson. And then the authority of Nobody Gives a Shit. Swamp Thing. Blue Beetle again, part 1, not part 2. And yeah, that's part 1. So that's a remake of the first movie that we just got that no one gave a fuck about either. That everyone was like, greatest scene since sliced bread. Thank God we got it, and it sucked. I think I remember we talked about it. Like one of the sponsors was like Vicks and Sprite and the Huevo and like everything that like typical Mexican shit was like, yo, this is it. Like that was racist as fuck, dude. Like racist as fuck. Like Vicks, bro. Like Vicks is a sponsor. What the fuck, dude?
And the fucking grandma was the MVP.
Yeah, the fucking like I was like, that's your sponsor, bro. Like, if you were to do that to any other race, people would call that shit out. Us, we just laugh at it. But man, fuck those dudes.
We laugh because they ain't wrong.
Yeah, they am not fucking wrong. I'm laughing because it's true. And then fucking, of course, like Teen Titans, fuck them. I mean, they're not even established throughout that whole shit, but fuck Teen Titans, right? Dude, Brian fucking put me right on the spot and was like, out of all this, what do you think this says for the DC universe? This just sounds like a bunch of fucking bullshit, dude. Like, even if I was interviewed, man, dude, I pray to God one day I get to interview James Gunn, and I'll be like, dude, what the fuck were you thinking, bro? Like, Waller?
Well,
Waller?
you have to think about the overall story.
What's the overall story?
I am, motherfucker.
Yeah, that would be like, hey, dude, I'm gonna make a Lord of the Rings fucking style movie, or Lord of the Rings, super fucking like crazy, out of pocket, fucking, a bunch of shit in the description or whatever, and it starts off with the fucking poster, and it's a poster of a bag of Skittles, dude. Like, and I'm gonna tell you, oh, dude, I'm gonna fucking do 13 fucking movies like this. And it's all Lord of the Rings demographic idea of like that time frame, and then it's like a bag of Skittles is the fucking poster. You're 100% gonna be like, nah, fuck this guy, dude. Like, I don't trust this motherfucker. What the Skittles got to do with anything? You know what I mean? Like,
an Easter egg, sir. It's an Easter egg.
It's an Easter egg, guys. You gotta really
Easter egg, bro.
If you look at it, the fucking color of the red is off center. It's the average boy's red. The average boy's red, guys. You guys are just pick it apart. Skittles, the K is longer. The K is longer, dude. They're vegan Skittles or whatever.
Oh shit.
That means there's meat in it. What the fuck? Yeah. But I don't feel any of this shit, dude. When I saw that they were gonna do a Waller's movie, I was like, the fuck, dude. Like, we already got, and that's the thing too, bro. Like, the Amanda Waller that's in the fucking DC universe still is the same fucking chick that was in the Snyderverse. Mm-hmm. What, did she come through the fucking Peacemaker door too? Like, what the fuck, dude? Like, again, James Gunn, Brian made it very simple that he's gonna fuck it up. And
I'll be back. I'll be back real quick.
Yeah. I really think that what we're gonna end up doing is James Gunn, middle of this, is gonna not be making it. And I think 100% him and they can't though, because they're like, well, he can, but the other guy can't because they're kind of stuck at the top. But like the nature of what it is for like the fucking Superman movie, I was just talking about this the other day. Matt Reeves, with Brian actually, we're on the phone. Matt Reeves' Batman is not going to be in the James Gunn universe. They're going to choose another Batman. Mind you, the Superman with Robert Pattinson, Matt Reeves' character worked better than the Superman movie. And it's not a Snyderverse. It's a disconnected series that's based on, I don't know what they call it. It's an excuse to get away with making darker versions of the characters while they're making this shit. Because again, you cannot have the Batman of one guy, one director making it at the same time you have another one. That was the problem with them using Ben Affleck during the Charles Robertson, Matt Reeves one, because everyone was complaining that you had, what's his name? Tim Burton's Batman. I forgot his fucking name off the top of my head. But using him and then Ben Affleck in the same series at that time. But in the Flash movie, it was very, very weird. Vince says James Gunn's better not fuck up a Batman in the movie universe. Dude, he messed up Superman. Like, technically, he didn't mess up Superman for the writing, because the Superman character was pretty good. The actor, I think he did great. But he fucking wrote Superman, like, just the story itself bad, bro. He doesn't get it. So you can tell he's going to probably fuck that up, too. What's up? Welcome back, David. Welcome back.
Oh, thank you.
And then Vince says, Lord of the Rings.
Oh, the Skittles.
Lord of Rings to Lords of the Skittles. No, not even to mention the Skittles, bro. It's just a bag of Skittles for no reason. Like, it's still the Lord of the Rings, but it just got a bag of Skittles. That doesn't make any sense. Like, when I read this, and we just got Superman, like, where do you see in any of this? Like, a Darkseid, or a Steppenwolf, or a Crisis series?
I got it right here, bro. I can see it. Look, watch. So, you got Peacemaker fucking up the timeline. You got Supergirl off planet doing whatever she's doing, getting drunk. Waller's gonna come in here and be like, "Look, y'all motherfuckers are gonna do what the fuck I say."
Suicide Squad.
Yeah, Suicide Squad 3.0.
That's it. Suicide Squad. Get them.
And then that's all I got, bro. I can't think of anything else for
The
fucking Blue
Lanterns,
Beetle.
the Lanterns might be good. I do like the approach that they're doing, where it's like an HBO show and it's like a buddy cop show.
Yeah, I
But
mean,
it's like
Lanterns. I mean, we're due for good Lanterns, and I'm biased, bro, because I like Kyle Chandler. Like, I like the actor.
the actor guy
Like,
that they chose right for.
he's not great. He's not like top tier, but he's not
no, but
bottom
he
tier.
good.
But he's got some pretty consistently good roles, good movies, good stuff out there.
And that's because I've talked to True Trigger's a big Lanterns fan, and I 100% think that they're not going to do. They're going to do Hal Jordan for a little bit, and then establish the Kyle Rayner or the Kyle character later on. They're going to make the big one. Paradise Lost probably got to be a Wonder Woman.
Yeah, unless they're going to try to just have two different universes or some bullshit. But I mean,
yeah, they can't do that.
It's going to be based off however Peacemaker is received, bro. Like, if they can establish it where it makes sense, it's going to be the make or break point in their third fucking step. Fourth step.
Look, and this is it's a good point that you're putting that out. My take on it is that Peacemaker. This is how James Gunn is going to try to make right as to why John Cena is still Peacemaker in this universe.
You think so?
It's not to establish the DC universe at all. It's just to be like, oh, look at what the multiverse can do. I brought John Cena back as Peacemaker. I don't have to recast him. This is how my guy survives. 100%. He's just looking out. James Gunn only looks out for himself. I don't give a fuck what no one says. Dude. No one looks out for himself. He got so much backlash from a bunch of people that were like, "Yo, why are you bringing back John Cena as the character in the Snyderverse? You're rehiring Jason Momoa, and you're now making him a whole new character, just literally Aquaman with face paint and in space, and the same fucking. He never plays anything else. So the moment people see him like that, they're gonna be like, "Oh, it's the Aquaman guy. How cool!" Like, there's no way people are gonna be like, "That's my Lobo." And of course, all the fucking fake ass poser people are gonna be like, "Yeah, Lobo. Who the fuck wants a Lobo movie?" You know what I mean? Like, no one wants a fucking Lobo. Gives a shit about Lobo. I guess a couple of kids that saw him in the cartoons or whatever, but it's like it's super very like almost like what's their face, like a Moon Knight kind of version of it. Like, nobody knew who the fuck Moon Knight was or whatever. Like, they were all like, "Oh yeah, I like Moon Knight, yeah." Like, "Oh, I can't wait." And it's like, "No, dude, bitch out of here." Like, the numbers of comic book sales for Moon Knight have been shit for like years. You're not gonna tell me he's like a fucking super popular and everyone knows who he is and loves him for no fucking reason. Like, that's Lobo. That's 100% Lobo.
And so, the fear is, bro, is if they introduce everybody too early. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like, especially like weird characters.
Yeah, exactly. Like some of those that are like pull and holds or for longer runs. Like, yeah, I mean, you have to, like, Teen Titans, you're gonna introduce Cyborg, you're gonna introduce the fucking all the bullshit, but like, how are you gonna get there? What's gonna be the next step? You know, what's gonna be?
Even with them, with the Teen Titans film, that's like a Avengers movie.
Yeah,
right.
Basically.
All of these characters are somewhat explained about in other series. Like, yeah, like, where do you put? That's a fucking great comment. Like, Jesus Christ, like, where do you put Cyborg in any of these movies that we're gonna get him in Teen Titans, or at least establish somewhere where he belongs?
Yeah.
Like, who the fuck cares about the Authority, really, bro? I was just about to ask you what's your take on Booster Gold. I don't want to ask because it's so stupid of a question. Javi in the comments was like, "Yo, Craven the Hunter was like the fucking equivalent." He was like, "Yeah, no shit. Yeah, it just didn't make any goddamn sense, man." But like, okay, what's your take on Booster Gold then? Like, I mean, like, being that you barely know DC, right? And here's the lineup. Oh yeah, James Gunn, get us excited. Like, and then you see Booster Gold, and you're like, "Do you know Booster Gold?"
I don't know too much. I'm looking them up right now.
Yeah. I guarantee you're gonna see him. You're gonna be like, "Who the fuck is this guy?"
Yeah, no shit. I mean, the first thing it says who traveled backwards in time. Yeah. So it's gonna be a big time travel thing, bro. I guess
he's Kang the Conqueror, bro, but he's a dumbass.
But I don't know. I mean, and then you see people related to the search: Ted Cord, Blue Beetle, Guy Gardner, Captain Adam.
There's a bunch of them that are relating to the search, or what?
Yeah, 100%.
Oh, that is nasty, dude.
Yeah,
that is so nasty because no one knows anything about any of these fucking dudes.
Yeah, facts, bro. Like,
can you imagine Swamp Thing? Like, I understand Swamp Thing because he's the like the living embodiment and God of the green, right? Like when I say that, you're like, the fuck is the green, right?
Mm-hmm.
The green is like Mother Nature, Earth as a magical entity in a living embodied form. He's the guardian of the green. He has to protect Earth as an entity. Like,
Okay.
and then Poison Ivy is like supposed to be like the queen, but they're not related at all. Like, there's no relation. Like, they meet each other later, and Swamp Thing's like, I love you. You're like the living embodiment of nature. And Poison Ivy's like, well, I like pussy, and Harley Quinn's my girl. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with these people, bro? But like, can you imagine having to explain Swamp Thing to a group of kids and be like, yo, guys, get excited, bro. We're going to have this big dude. He kind of like hangs out in swamps and he fights people with shotguns and mess up the environment. Dude, aren't you excited? It's going to be the ending of the fucking DC universe right before we get into Teen Titans. You're going to be like, God damn it, dude.
Hey, but you have to respect it though, bro, because they could have just copped out and gone the Batman route. We're gonna build the Batman universe. You know?
They need to cop out. They're like fucking everything up. Like dude, I swear to God, me and fucking Brian said this too. They're like, bro, easy way out already, bro. You're fucking all of this up. Like, you're falling past the part where the easy shit's gonna work. Just go easy. Like, prove we can do something normal. I mean, fuck, Superman was a layup. All he has to do is go save a cat in the tree and make sure someone doesn't have kryptonite and just make him fall in love with Lois or make him a nerd and just let him love his parents and fuck off, dude. And he was like, nah, here's a fucking kaiju. And then the next day, there's like this one scene, dude. Made zero sense. Lex Luthor's like, all right, dude, do the plan. And these guys show up in a van and they have a box, and the box is like very cartoony. It has like chains and like tape and do not disturb and don't shake fragile. And they open it up, and I shit you not, this like 2 foot tall little reptile that looks like those fucking exequattles, or what are they called? Like the ones in the fishing tanks with the ears?
Yeah. I know what I'm talking about, yeah.
One of those, that like 2 feet tall, running on its feet, and then with his hands up, just runs out and just starts running all over the place. And the two guys are looking at it as it runs off stupidly, bro, stupidly. And they're like, I thought it was going to be bigger. And the guy goes, nah, just give it a second. And then the scene changes, and it's afternoon the next day, and there's a giant fucking Godzilla monster shooting fire in the city, which is the one from the trailer.
Okay.
And that was supposed to be the monster. And we were like, well, why the fuck did you make it tiny? Was it a joke? Like, was that a joke? Or, like, how did it get big then? Like, did it drink water and get big and then it shoots fire out of it? How does that work? Did it eat fucking people? Like, how did it get big? Like, it does not explain. And then fucking Superman's fighting it. And Superman's like, you know, his Superman shit. He's saving people, saving fucking squirrels and cats. And at the same time, like, it goes to the minimal idea of what he's saving, like all the shit that he'll try to save, except ants, because ants stop villains too, I guess, right?
That's cool.
Yeah, he said stop King and Conquer. It then gets to the part where the Justice Gang shows up, which is all the fucking idiots, the Guy Gardner, Mr. Terrific, and the screaming chick, Mr. Hot Girl or whatever. And they're going around, and they're like, Superman flies up. He knows who they are, but he's like, oh, fuck, not these pieces of shit or whatever. Like, he makes like a face, bro. Like, he does not like these dudes. Then he comes in. Guy Gardner's being a jerk as usual. And he's like, all right, well, I want to knock it out so that I can take this creature and kind of like send it back to where it's from or put it like in an animal reserve. Because it's just an animal. It's just a fucking thing, which is very Superman to do. Very fucking Superman to do. He does that shit all the time. That's how we have Starro. That's why I was pissed off at the Suicide Squad when they bring in Starro and fucking what's her face just shoves a javelin through it and kills the goddamn thing. I was like, bro, that was like one of the major fucking Justice League villains. What are we doing, man? James Gunn, what the fuck, dude? You know, it's like Darkseid shows in and someone just shoots him with fucking or gives him like fentanyl and he just dies of a fucking overdose, right? You're gonna be like, what? How did Darkseid die of fucking fentanyl in California?
I just think of that fucking scene with the Pokemon Man. That's your mother.
That's your mother. Oh, God. And James Gunn does that shit so good, but god damn it, dude, he's so dumb. Man. It's just always a big joke to him, dude. And that's like the thing. Like, I can't. Can't get behind that. There's no way. There's no motherfucking way that he makes a Batman movie. Like, there's no way. He has to outsource that shit. And I'm so scared he's gonna outsource to like Taika Waititi or some other dumb motherfucker and think that that's just an excuse to give an asshole like a fucking chance.
Okay.
Or the guy that made the fucking Joker movie. That guy can eat an ass, bro. Like, you can eat straight bag of dicks, dude. Like, that movie was just trash. Part 2 was just crazy dumb, dude. Man, dude, what a fucking wild day, man. I hope you don't watch Superman or any of them. I hope you wait for them to come out on like laser disc, dude. Don't waste your fucking money.
Nah, bro. I wait for everything to come out, bro. So I'm gonna be disappointed. At least it's at home. So.
Yeah, you're like, I'm already disappointed in myself. I don't need to be disappointed in movies.
Yeah. Bro,
I'm
facts, bro.
I'm tired, bro. I'm tired of life. Get me out of here, God. So, so David, what you got going on, man? We're about to close the show up, man. We just reached 11. It's pretty late already.
What's it called? Well, guys, I think I'm gonna be closed tomorrow. Okay. I'm gonna take a day off. I was telling Ashley I wasn't feeling too good, bro. I think I get these moments, bro, where I'll work like 10, 12 days and then like I'm just tired. You know what I mean?
Dude, you're fucking running yourself dry, bro.
Yeah, I mean, it's not too bad because it's more enjoyable because obviously I'm doing what I like now. You know what I mean? But I think I'm gonna take tomorrow off. I think.
Well, the thing is like for me, right, with the gym is like I love, you know me, dude. I love the gym, but there's just days that it just X the fuck out of me, bro. And I got to get out of there in some way or go do something or just like, I don't know, fucking stare at ducks at the pond or just, I got to get away from it. Like, this week has been rough too, like that. Like, but yeah, man, like you need to take your time, David. Like, it's like I said, if you're doing like fucking 10 days or some shit like that, like what are your hours like? Are you doing like big hours too?
So like it just depends because I'll either start at 12, 1 or 2. I try not to start no later than 3.
Sure.
But what's it called? So like I'll just say I start like at 1:30 after lunch, get Adam situated or whatever, right? And so I'm basically running 1:30 to 8. What up, Joan? And but I don't know, bro. Like I think I'm gonna take it off. I probably won't. I'll probably come for just 1 or 2 hours or whatever. And that's it. But definitely, bro. Like I got the podcast with Danny coming up, so check out Adam Collections, guys. Danny, RGV Sports Show, Wake and Break on the 16th. Always a cool dude to talk to, entrepreneur, all that good stuff. And then I have a secret guest coming, so I'll announce it here. It's going to be Johnny from Poppin' Sons, the other uncle guy. Yeah, good old Johnny.
Johnny, man, that's good shit.
So,
man. Johnny, man, that's cool. Are you going to interview his son too, or is it just him?
I mean, I'm gonna invite him if he wants to bring his son. It's fine. I got the one mic which I could put in between them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it could be him or his son. It could be both. I mean, I just want to get the guy on. He's doing good things. Danny Virel, it's gonna be Danny Virel, bro. Good old D&D memorabilia, RGV Sports Show, Wake and Break, Adam Collections, 8 p.m. on Friday. Just saying, throwing it out there.
Yeah, that's what the podcast, guys. Friday p.m. Friday, 8 p.m.
It's gonna be funny. That I'm thinking, hopefully in 3 weeks, bro, I want to get Armando from United, Armando and Johnny. I always feel bad, bro, because I'm doing like PokeFest, or I'll do another thing, and I'm always recording, right? Like I'm doing content, but when it comes to United, I'm always just hustling, like trying to make money.
Doing your thing. Yeah.
And then like I always feel bad, and he drops hints, bro. Like Armando be like, "Oh, like I saw your recording of this," and I'm like, "Fuck!" It's because, dude, like I gotta hire somebody, bro, like to run the table while I do it, like. And I'm just like, it kind of it sucks. I mean, it doesn't suck, but it's just he knows I'm doing my best for him, so that's all that matters.
And I never got to even ask you about that because I thought that was a really cool thing that you were like, yo, I'm gonna try something different. I'm gonna walk around and interview people at the con. That was South Texas Comic Con, right?
Yeah, South Texas Comic Con, and then I did a little bit at PokeFest. Yeah,
PokeFest. And you got to actually like they let you in. You know, you got your microphone, you got your setup, and you went around and you just like asked questions.
Yeah, so on PokeFest, I was just asking questions. You know, what's your favorite Pokemon? What do you want to see next year, and things like that. But the thing was with PokeFest, bro, was very different because it was just weird. And maybe I'm biased, maybe I'm so blinded by it. But I wanted to interview cosplayers and be like, hey, what's your favorite Pokemon, right? But I swear to you, bro, I was there for maybe 2 hours, 3 hours tops. I swear to God, like right before I left is when I saw cosplayers, bro. I mean, obviously, besides the usual, right? You know, like obviously Cristella's there, Tori's there, you know, but you know, they're very mainstream. I'm trying to go, you know, up the ladder, right? You know what I mean?
This year there was a different approach to how Margaret, the guys at PokeFest, set up the cosplay event. They made it very, very technical. And it's very important because again, you've heard me before when I'm like, you know, just venting as to how I feel about how the cosplay community's changed over the last several years and where it's going. And, you know, you got to put your money where your mouth is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So with PokeFest, Margaret this year brought out something that they implement a lot up in like San Antonio and Austin and Dallas and Houston by having like a build book where you have to have a booklet that shows all your origin and how you came up with your idea, what your references, the materials. You got to really break down some shit. And that might be the reason why it went that way, because a lot of cosplayers might feel a little like, oh shit, like this is a lot. Like, you know, the ones that just do it casually, or like they, you know, they'll buy the costume instead of make it, so they feel like, oh, maybe I can't compete. You know what I mean? So that might be a reason why you kind of saw maybe the less cosplayers are only coming in. But I came through for everybody, baby. I was like, yo, first place prize. I'm gonna donate $100 of my school, like $100 for the first place fucking cosplayer. Like, it may not be much, but like $100 is like $99 burgers from McDonald's. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, facts. Or 98 in the Coke, bro. 98 in the Coke.
98 in the Coke, baby. So yeah, I was looking out, man, and I think it was very fun. Margaret was like, well, we've never done like a money thing. We've always given really great prizes and stuff. And I was like, well, since we're kind of, you know, ruffling feathers and pushing against the waves by adding the book and the really tight ruling, if we add money, it's going to incentivize people to want to jump in and be like, whoa, that's $100. You know, even I didn't pay a lot to get in, but that's $100. That's, you know, that could be a light bill, dude, or that could be like a phone bill from like 2 phone bills from Cricket or whatever.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So, you know, I wanted to do something helpful. I wanted to incentivize the community to build and be strong, because I think on my own personal level, you know, I'll be straight. I mean, I'm on my own show. I think a lot of the cosplay community kind of sucks at what we do, because we've made it into like a weird circus of problems and situations and shit. And, you know, there's some pieces of shit in the community and there's some that aren't. You know what I mean? And it is what it is, but we still have to build a community. We're too small, bro. We can't have San Antonio drama and be the size of like an HEB, dude. Like, it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. We're gonna fucking murder each other by the end of the year in 2 years or whatever.
Yeah, hard facts.
And all we want to do is just make it to where we give all the cosplayers a chance, the younger generation an opportunity to come up, and the older guard to just fucking retire already and fucking let the other ones come up. I was Waldo at PokeFest this year. That's why we didn't find you, right?
Yeah, no shit. He was hiding.
Yeah, like that's kind of like some of the stuff that I got. That's why I kind of got out of cosplay for a bit, because I kind of like got tired of everybody's bullshit. Like a lot of people's bullshit, and I just got bored of them. And I come from a different environment where I don't really like, you know, I don't just like, you know, let me just hang to myself. Like, I talk mad shit. Like, I'll get in people's faces. Like, and I don't want to be disrespectful in any way to like the hard work of like Ramsey and Marla. I never want to disrespect them. They're my friends and I love them. I would never want to do something that's like out of pocket that would get me in trouble and then make them look mad at myself. You know, I have a position in the community with my martial arts and the children I teach and the stuff like that. I need to be a mentor. And yeah, but you know, it's hard. It's hard, dude. There's just, you know, there's some people out there that are, you know, pieces of shit in the sense of like they act privileged or they act cocky or they act conceited, and sometimes you gotta just knock them down and be like, yo, you ain't shit.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Absolutely, sir. Absolutely.
Guys, don't forget Adam Collections podcast. It's on Friday nights on Facebook and YouTube, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So is that the only 2 pieces? Because right now we're kicking to
you're on Kick now.
Yeah, man.
That's
so
all
I wanted
that,
to check that out. We saw it a couple weeks ago. I got like one of those like weird like, hey, you podcast, check out Kick on my fucking thing, and I was like, God damn it. All right. Like Twitch, we get a couple of people that jump in, you know, maybe sometimes 3, maybe 5. It randos, it changes in the sense of people jumping in. And I was like, if it's only 5 people, I can make a small announcement in the earlier podcast, let people know that we're going to be moving to Kick. So what's really good is a couple of the people that watch, they know that we do it on multiple platforms, and they'll watch and they'll go check the other ones and be like, oh, you're not on Twitch today? You're only here today? And be like, no, we're trying something different. And I think Kick is, you know, it's up there, but it's growing and it's been growing. And, you know, we're just taking a chance. Hopefully it works, man.
Yeah. You miss all the shots you don't take, bro.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
You miss all the shots.
That's an adult film too, man.
Yeah.
It's an adult film too. That was a joke. Bad joke. James Gunn joke.
Gunn joke.
But yeah, David. So guys, don't forget Adam Collections Friday. They're gonna have special guest. Danny's gonna be on there from the card collecting, or what is it? Sports show? The sports show and the card collecting.
RGB Sports Show, Wake and Break Card Show. I mean, anything with sports, basically.
It's always good. Always a good man that talks about entrepreneurship and vendoring and having shows and stuff like that. And of course, Johnny from Pops and Son, like those guys are always G, and they always have some really fun talking books. He's super smart in the fucking comic book realm too, and the nerd stuff. So guys, don't forget 8 p.m. Friday nights, Adam Collections, podcasting, David, Nico, everybody's there. Go check them out. Sometimes I'm there too when I'm not fucking stretched like Reed Richards and Galactus, dude. That was stupid as fuck too, man.
I'm on a side quest, bro. We did grind my gears and it wasn't the same, bro.
No, yeah, dude, I'll tell you, bro. We don't fuck around, man. You know what I mean? Like, dude, the Fantastic Four movie when Galactus, like, that motherfucker eats people, eats everything, all at once. And this dude's just taking his time, just doing, look at this guy that stretches or whatever. Mind you, he threw his fucking friend into space like 20 seconds before that. But he's having trouble stretching this fucking dude out. You know, God damn it, bro, that fucking movie. Fuck him. Fuck tour or whatever. I don't know. But yeah, David, it's always a pleasure having you, bro. I always love having you on. You're such a G.
Thank you for inviting. Thank you for inviting.
You let me just fucking let loose and be dumb, and I fucking love it, dude.
Yeah, fun, bro. It's fun.
Like, I'm gonna see how bad I can make David laugh. I do the same shit to Brian. I'm always out of pocket with Brian. For Brian, it's always I mispronounce people's names real dick, dude. Like this real out of pocket shit, and he's like, God damn it, bro, you never remember shit, dude. But yeah, David, thank you so much, man. I appreciate you so much. Everybody that's out there, guys, thank you so much for jumping into all our extraordinary listeners. We appreciate every one of you. John, Javi, Vince, appreciate you guys. You know, Biggie, Brian, everybody that's out there. We appreciate you guys. Thank you for always coming in and supporting. And yeah, we'll see you guys again here next Sunday on the Average Boys Podcast. You guys have a fun week, safe, and yeah, we'll see you. Laters.